into this blue, let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC, let's have it right. Minerals FC. You got the minerals, yeah? Love it. Got the minerals, TT.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
So have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. A big up to every single one of you live and locked in tonight for tonight's stream, guys. First and foremost, you know the deal. Every single one of you, I want you to smash to pieces that like button. If you haven't already, smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to Minerals FC. We've just hit the 5K. We're up and up and up and up. We're going to go 6K, 7K, 10K, 19K. Let's go all the way, all the way. Hit the notifications button as well. Do not forget to do that so you know exactly when I'm going live in case you're not following me on the Twitters, Instagrams, and all the socials and all that. And we got the Minerals FC membership, which is pinned at the top of the live chat and also down in the description below. We're going to have a great stream tonight. Well, when do we not have a great stream? Let's have it right. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about this whole Super League PR stunt that's landed on our timelines today from morning all the way through to now. We're going to just delve into that a little bit. We're going to react to a video of a fella who talks about the hate and love of Mason Mount. And why is that? And he dissects stuff. So it's a little video we're going to react to. We're going to obviously mud that Nizaar brown envelope Kinselling, who's clearly on the payroll of Boehly. So I'll explain why that is. And then we're going to talk about Kanté's contracts. We're going to talk about Mount's contract, but more so Kanté, and a few other bits and bobs floating about as always. So guys, there's over 100 of you in here already. Before we get started, I want you to all hit the like button and smash it. Thumbs up all the way so we can get those 100 likes straight away. That'll be the ideal scenario. Let's have it right. And I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's all gravy and winning and had a good day and all that. Whatever's come your way today. And also big up to the Minerals FC Army, all you lot in here supporting the channel. We're going to run through and see who's in here. Shout the ones out, and obviously any wrong-uns out here that are, watching or in the chat, whatever. It's yeah, let's have it right. So guys, big up. Let's go. Let's land it. Yeah, we're gonna. I've just seen a comment crack me up. We'll run into that. Mixed Minerals Medina, big up to you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Chambers is in here. He says, Johnny, did you see Sir Martin Broughton on Talk Sport? He said if he won the takeover at Chelsea's bid The last thing he would have done is sack Tuchel. All these dinner parties with Potter just shows. Listen, the PR there by Boehly, letting everyone see Emma Hayes, Potter sit there like that, all timid, with Barley and Boehly, yeah, the project's moving and we're doing great things. Well, we're not seeing it in the league table. That's for starters. And we're seeing a lot of stunts happening, which I'm going to delve into, which I think is clear as day, being forced upon us. But I did see that. I did see that clip of Sir Martin Bratton, and he looked like he's a Chelsea supporter, and he was very careful in what he said. But the punchline, the minerals landed was, I wouldn't have sacked Thomas Tuchel. And he said Tommy as well. Tommy Tuchel. He wouldn't have dismissed Tommy Tuchel. But then you don't know once you're behind the scenes. Well, you see, behind the scenes, I think if Thomas Tuchel had someone like him with that understanding, I don't think Thomas Tuchel gets sacked and we progress with Thomas Tuchel. The interesting thing is the point he made about Graham Potter being under pressure, being thrown 6 signings, then another 6 signings. And it's very difficult, he said, to get a tune out of so many new incoming players. He said, I probably wouldn't have spent that much that quickly, but I would have integrated 2-3 players to help the transition be a little bit more smoother. And that would be the normal way to do it. Boehly and Barley, on the other hand, we know they spent in excess of 600 million. And we're hearing talks about Sterling and Koulibaly, whether it's true or not, getting flogged off because they're on too high wages. And they're the ones that put them on them wages. So make sense of that all you want. Up the Chelsea, up Minerals FC. But big up to you, Chambers. Who else is there? Who's in here today? Who's in here? We got Carefree Daniel, Dino, my geezer says, come on, smash the likes. Minerals. We got Patrick in here. Bartik says, Johnny, I love your streams. Good health to you, geezer. Good health to you. Good health to every single one of you in here. Always supporting the channel. Always. Nutty Blue, big up the Minerals family. Leo, my geezer, says, let's have it right. Brown envelopes linking Chile to Man City, trying to unsettle the dressing room. Listen, it's not only just unsettling the dressing room. It's just. Do you know what I see? I'll tell you what I see. I see this ownership coming in and just literally getting rid of anything that was before them. That's the narrative I'm seeing. They're clearing out anything or anyone that is part of the Roman era. Whether you believe that or not, or you see that, big up to you. Do you know what I mean? Either way, it looks like that. Looks like that narrative to me. Anthony's in here. He says, Minerals Army, big up to you. We got Stretters in here. He says, big up, Johnny. To all the wrong uns in the chat. It's easy to slip into the woods, but it's a bastard to get out of. Let's have it right. It's true. All the ones in the woods ain't fucking getting out. It's not even a bastard to get out. They ain't getting out. They're in there, mate. They're in there cemented. And we're going to cement more. We're going to throw more in the woods. I guarantee it. Big up to Ice Cold Beverages. Big up, Johnny. Up the Minerals FC. Let's have it right. Mully's in here. Up the Minerals. Ian's in here. Brown envelopes refuse to let Chelsea settle. They're always got to be stirring up the storm for us to deal with. Bring it on. Up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea. Always. Patch says, land your minerals and like the stream. Come on, guys. Neil says, subscribe last week, Johnny, but I have been watching from the start. Was at the Fulham game. We'll be back once we gel. The arse need to know we shop in Arrods while they shop in the market. Up the Chelsea, Neil. Big up to Neil in here. Love that. Big up to Neil. AP says, like the video for another glorious mudding session. Let's go. Hannah's in here. Big up to Hannah. Smash the likes. Bajan says, land your minerals. Let's mud these brown envelopes. Noah's in here. Kian's in here. He goes, up this fucking channel. I love this channel. Minerals got facts like Mount 31 GA in 2021. Come on, let's go. Let's go. The real ones understand, and that's why you're in here. You get it. You get it. Clicks in here. Says, let's have it right. Club comes first. Smash the likes, guys. What's this one? Rabid Blue Blood. Big up to you, Geezer. Like the stream, guys. Up the minerals. Francis Winters is in here. Son's in here. Sid's in here. Who else is in here? American Jedi. Big up to you. Lee Rose. What a geezer. Big up Johnny. Andre Santos looking amazing. What do you think? Minerals is for life, not Christmas. Let's have it right. And I like Andre Santos, but he needs to develop. But he looks a talent, and that's all we got to realise. Johnny's in here. Big up to Johnny up Minerals FC. AP says Nizaar is a snake. He is a fucking snake, and we're going to land the minerals on that wrong. Top Bins, big up Johnny. I hear you've been tree clearing in the woods to make more room for the wrong uns. Loving the content, and as always, up the Chelsea, up Minerals FC. Big up to you, Geezer. Big up to you, Chelsea Kingslayer. Bruce Buck led us down the path of the Super League. Glad he got fired by Boehly. Yeah, not wrong. I think Roman should have fired him, to be honest, but he didn't. Old McDonald's in here. Big up to you. Bruce is in here. Who else? Blue Star CFC. Big up to you. Cursor's in here. Who else? Dominic, my member. Big up to Dominic. He says, all right, top geezer. I hope all is well. Keep mudding the haters. Come on, geezer. Come on. Blue Line Orbital, come on, my geezer. Plenty of walls to knock down at Chelsea, said Todd Boehly. Up the Chelsea. Interesting quote that. Plenty of walls to knock down. Corey, big up Johnny. Reece James Kingdom, big up to you. He says it's 2023. Yeah, it is 2023. Aren't you a bright spark? Big up to Sean. Who else in here? Minerals George, come on. Disco Cookies, my geezer, come on. Aaron Smith, my member, big up to you, geezer. Big up to all you guys, man. Every single one of you. Big up to Blue Star FC. Landon Superman says, up the Chelsea, Johnny, mate. I hope you're good. I'm very good, mate. I am very, very good. And I'm looking forward to seeing Chelsea on Saturday. And obviously, we're gonna try and be as positive as possible. Do you know what I mean? So let's start off with this whole Super League, and let's just dissect it and let's say it how it is. All right, this Super League is being formed by, well, they're using a face company. What is it? A22, whatever they're called, right? This company, who are PRing and so-called being the leaders of this, but in reality, the leaders of the Super League is Laporte, Perez, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Juventus. Those three, they are running this whole campaign to push the Super League to come into action. What is it? 80 teams, a league, 14 games. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I think in essence, right, these clubs, all right, are in an absolute mess. Financially, they are in a mess. We know about Barcelona. Barcelona, how many levers have they been pulling out? 5. They're on their 6th lever. They're counting on the Super League, and we knew that, all right? And Laporte comes out and he goes, yeah, we've sold so many X amount of players and made this much, and we bought for this X amount. We've actually rebuilt a team for what, 75 million. Yeah, no, you ain't, you corrupt fuck. All right. The bottom line is this: these three owners, Juventus in a real mess, as we know. They literally all resigned at Juventus. Financially, their leagues are nowhere near the Premier League. The Premier League is the best league in the world. It makes the most money in the world. It's the league that every superstar wants to come to. And at the end of the day, the Premier League's model, the way it's built, absolutely works. And it's clear it works. is fantastic with broadcasting. It's the most entertaining league. It's got all the superstars coming. It's got fucking how many big clubs are in the Premier League? How many of the smaller clubs are actually playing good football, bring in good talent to make the league more competitive and more exciting? We're seeing all that, and we've seen it develop. But the reality is there is a binding agreement with the Premier League teams that they cannot join this Super League. So I don't know where this goes, because without the Premier League clubs, this Super League is just basically a league that's set up for the rest of Europe and all their leagues. For what? To eliminate UEFA. Now, we know UEFA are the crooks. We know they're a mafia. We know they run the game. But you're talking about setting up a Super League to diminish Champions League football, diminish Europa League football, but Champions League being a key one, and take away all of its heritage, everything it stands for, the culture, the excitement of not knowing if you're going to play Real Madrid this year, whether it's in the group stage or knockout stage or in the final. That's the beauty of the game. That's the beauty of the Champions League. And they want to just fucking throw that all in the bin. No, it don't work like that. What? For what reason? Because you want to eliminate UEFA, who, granted, are monopolising the market. They control it with FIFA. You know, they are the governing bodies. But if you think that they're just going to sit back and let Juventus, Real Madrid and Barcelona set up this Super League with some so-called company that's fronting for it and entice all the other clubs in those leagues without the Premier League, I mean, what's the Premier League going to say? What are we going to say? What? There's no Champions League, so we can't play European football because we're not in the Super League. It don't work. It doesn't. You have to have collectively everyone involved. And legally, we've signed something from what we've been told. The Premier League clubs, they're not going to participate in it. So it's like, is it going to even happen? Very unlikely. I think what they're doing is they're PRing the idea again in a better way than they did when we stopped the Super League. Let's have it right. Chelsea Football Club stopped the Super League. We went to the bridge and Petr Cech came out. We know the story and we protested and all that. Well, this is the thing. They've structured it slightly better. They're using the brand envelopes to push it out now. But it's clear to me that there's so many factors involved in this deal, in this whole restructuring, that you want to eliminate UEFA and FIFA, and it just ain't happening. It's just not going to happen, you know. And what is the reason for it? They want to generate income. You see, at the moment, UEFA have sort of put a cap, and we've almost hit a ceiling. Well, not so much. The Premier League is booming, but all the other leagues, they've hit a ceiling, and they can't get out of financial fair play. They can't spend the way they want. They want more revenue. They want to attract more fans worldwide. They want to have more games worldwide. And what do they want? They want a broadcasting rights bidding war. They want broadcasters to bid as high as possible to broadcast this Super League, which is where all the money's at. You see, Barcelona sold all their, well, not all of them, 25, 30% of their TV rights, which is just fucking criminal, because that is a huge part of a club's income. In fact, it's massive, because your capacity within your stadium is at a limit. It's at a cap, no matter what, you know, and it's all dependent on the performance of your team throughout the season. What competition are they going to be in? Are they going to, you know, if you get knocked out of every cup competition, you're losing that revenue, tickets and food and drink and travels and all that. You're losing all that. So the Super League is a way to maximize this profitability, maximize their income, and try and get better deals, whether that's with Sky Sports or whoever the broadcast, BT Sports, or maybe they got another broadcaster that wants to come into the conversation. And then that's what they're going to do. That's the idea, you know, but they don't think about the players' welfare. They don't think about the fans and the supporters. They don't give a shit, although it's the supporters that supply that feed into profitability and buying the tickets and going to games. And they don't consider that. If we have to go Real Madrid, Spain, or we have to go France and then midweek Premier League and then travel again, it's not realistic. The logistics of it are just all over the gaff. And that, for me personally, if Chelsea were going to go in it, I'm going to support my club. It is what it is. But this is the thing. Like right now, they are jealous of the Premier League. Right now, they cannot compete with the Premier League, and they're concerned and they're worried. And for us, I think, for example, a player like Kylian Mbappe, if I'm Kylian Mbappe right now, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm not so sure if I want to go Real Madrid now. I'm not so sure if I want to go La Liga now. Yeah. Messi's gone to PSG, but he's at the end of his career. Haaland's gone to Premier League, to City. Are we going to get more and more so-called superstars, young talents actually come to Premier League? Look at Felix. Felix wants to come to Premier League. Enzo wants to come to Premier League. Argument's sake, these players want to come to Premier League. Why? It's where all the money is, guys. It's all about the money. That's all it is. They don't give a shit about anything else. It's pure greed. And do I want to support Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Juventus? Corrupt, the most corrupt clubs, to go, oh, the UEFA and mafia, they're corrupt. Well, we're going to go from them to you lot, who are even more corrupt, if anything. So, like, at the end of the day, I don't think it's realistic. I don't think it's going to happen. It's a great conversation. It's something to talk about. It's something to go out in the news. But if you watch Sky Sports, Cavill, whatever his name is, he came out and completely like annihilated it. But there's a reason for that, because he's representing the UK, the Premier League. That's what he covers. It's in the Premier League's interest. It's in our interest to turn that away, to downplay it. But it's not in every other league's interest. They're in trouble. Financially, they're in trouble. They don't have the power like us in the UK Premier League. They don't have that revenue like us. Yeah. And we've got very rich owners, as has Manchester City. Arsenal's owners are rich, but they don't like to spend. Manchester City, you don't know what's going to happen with Manchester City, whether they're guilty until, they're innocent until proved guilty. Like, that's the saying, right? But at the end of the day, are they guilty? If they are, then they're in a bit of a pickle. And that's going to be what it is. But that's going to take a long time, guys. We're not going to see any of that this season. You're going to go into in the summer and next season, and they're going to dig into it more and more and more, and that will evolve. But right now, it's not going to have any sort of effect up to this moment in time for their current campaign. My thing is this: to strip off and create leagues instead of a Champions League is just like, doesn't excite me at all, mate. Doesn't excite me. I want to know what you guys think in the comments, whether you actually are in favour of this Super League or whether you're against the Super League. But it's basically, all it is bankrolling all the clubs that are in financial difficulties. That is what it's there for. You know that Barcelona have been counting on this Super League. Perez been counting on Super League. This is what they want. They want the money. They want the control. Because UEFA do control. Now, I know UEFA, they're no saints. They are not saints. But it's what we know right now. And at the end of the day, my thing is this: why don't those other leagues, La Liga, Bundesliga, all these other leagues, Serie A, why don't they look at the model of the Premier League? They ain't got the minerals like the Premier League. They don't have the quality of football like the Premier League. They don't have the excitement. They don't have the broadcasting. And that's it. It's what's in demand. If you attract the best players in the world to your league's going to be the most watched league. All right. And if you've noticed, the Premier League is doing that. Now, predominantly La Liga and Serie A back in the day, maybe in the 90s, they were renowned for drawing in all the top players. And then you had the Messi, Ronaldo era, and all the superstars will go to Real Madrid because it's all about heritage and this and that, and Barcelona and the teams that we know have been very successful teams. They don't have that pull no more. They just don't have it. They're living off their badge and their history. But in terms of going forward and financially, they're in a real state. And I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I'm all for it. It's not only going to increase costs to supporters, but it's going to be, it will do that. And I think you're going to wipe out the working class supporters in the game because they just can't financially do it. and you lose that, that real fan, elite fan, ultra fan presence at games, and it will turn into a corporate fest, suits and boots, and it will just ruin the game. And the game's already going in that sort of way, but it will go a lot further than that, and that's the concerning thing for me. But at the end of the day, we don't have to participate, so why should we? We don't need it. We literally don't need. They need it. We don't. So it's like we'd be stupid to go and do that deal, or to even entertain it or have a conversation for it. So it is what it is, guys. Big up to Bobby Smokies in here. Big up to iTest. Who else? Let me just run through the chat quickly. Just want to see what you lot are thinking. Big up to Chelsea Dan as well. Ronnie Scott. Kotsios is in here. Carefree Kev, my geezer. So, guys, let me know what you think. Whether you think it's a bad idea, whether you're in favour of it, or whether you're not in favour of it. At the end of the day, I'm not really. I just don't think it's going to happen. So it's like it's not even really worth asking that question, because I don't think it'll happen. What I do think, though, is that they're working day and night to try and find a solution to sort of move to the side UEFA so that they have more control. But at the end of the day, there's no pros for us, especially Chelsea Football Club. Why we agreed to go into it in the first place, I don't know. I think it was more of a marketing stunt to test the reactions of the supporters. But then I also think, like, Boehly's mentioned the Super League. He's mentioned, there's no need to discuss that right now. Like, the current model in the Premier League works, and it's working just fine. And all the clubs are making enough money. But if you're going to go and take away the Champions League, Europa League, where we gain as clubs in the UK, the top clubs, they gain that. They gain the revenue from that. It's massive. Broadcasting, sponsorships, game attendance, getting through, qualifying, winning it. You get a lot of money, and that's important to the clubs because, like I say, it's like a bonus. If you do well, you get a bonus for that year, and that's what these clubs depend on, and that's why they build and they make signings to make their squad better, to make their team better, so that they can compete at the highest level. Just my thing is, I think they're really worried, and the more and more worried they are, we drink their minerals and we drink the tears in. That's all we do. But like I say, for them lot, for those leagues, for those clubs, I think football has hit the ceiling for them financially. They've hit a ceiling. I think us in the Premier League, we're only going to go up, and we'll renew broadcasting rights, and those broadcasting rights will go up. We've seen it over the years. We've seen the transfer from ITV to BT, and Sky Sports not taking on Champions League football, but BT taking Champions League football. You've seen BBC with the FA Cup, and they did the World Cup with ITV. There's deals to be made, but not everyone's got that money. Not everyone's financially capable of paying out that sort of money. But I like this. Big up to Daniel for Super. He says, give us the English Super League, screw everyone else. Exactly. Like, at the end of the day, you cannot take away our beautiful game, man. You cannot take away our league. I don't want to see the Champions League just go. The Champions League's a beautiful competition, a wonderful trophy to win, and we need that. We all look forward to those Champions League nights. Don't fucking take it away from some Super League where you got 4 divisions and you got all these clubs in these divisions, and it's like more games. I don't believe it'll be 14 games. It's got to be way more 14 games. If you've got 19, 20 clubs in the league, where's your 14 games coming from, fellas? Come on. Do the maths. You're talking about another league. So what about players' welfare? It's just not. It's not possible. It's not possible. See what I mean? I'm knocking over my mic here. I'm getting rattled. But it's not possible. So it is what it is. And I'm not going to really, to be honest with you, I'm not going to entertain it. I don't think it will happen. But the Premier League is the best league in the world. So we'll see. We'll take it from there. We'll take it from there. So I want to run through, guys. Smash the likes. We're almost 200 people in here. I want every single one of you smash the likes. We should have 200 likes. Let me know what likes we're on. Big up to all you guys in here. And we're going to keep going. We're going to move on. Big up to Mitchie in here as well. I see you, Geezer. English Super League. Give us Millwall. Come on, Daniel. 86 likes. You're taking the piss. You're taking the piss. We've got almost 200 people in here. Guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Come on. We've got to be more active than that. Land your minerals, guys. What's wrong with you lot? So where should we go? We got quite a few things to talk about. Don't know. We say best till last or what? What do we do? I want the likes up. That's what I want. I want the likes up because the likes is looking poor, mate. It's looking poor. All right. So let's go to this. Oh, this is a classic. Listen to this. The prop here is unbelievable. Graham Potter's made 64 changes to Chelsea's starting 11 in his 15 Premier League games in charge so far. The second most in manager's first 15 games in charge of a club in Premier League history, behind only Thomas Tuchel at Chelsea, 66 changes. Squad instability. No, it's not. It's not squad instability, CFC Daily. It's not squad instability. It's lovely prop for Potter. But the reality is, what did Tuchel do? He got us top three, making all these changes. He made changes depending on the opposition he played. He still had a consistent backbone in his team, and he still managed to get results. Where is this fucking narrative? Why is this to push the narrative towards Potter? It's like, it's clear as day, guys, yeah? I'm going to say it as it is. Graham Potter is not doing well. Like, he's not doing well. He's got 12 new signings, let's say, argument's sake. Some of them are not all there. But he can't get a tune out of anyone. He can't even get a tune out of our existing players. He can't even decide on a formation. All right? And they'll bitch and moan at him. Stop playing Mason Mount. Stop playing Kai Havertz. All right, cool. He drops those players. Fine. Let's see the results. Let's see the performances. Let's see it. Who else you got? Go through the squad. Like, I don't understand this relentless fucking dick riding for this gaffer. It's mad. It's mad. I'm all for backing the guy, man. I'm all for it. But where's the fucking progression? Where is it? Where's the patterns of play? And you want to bring up a stat like that, comparing him to Thomas Tuchel, is a fucking embarrassment. It's an insult to Thomas Tuchel, who's delivered at our football club. Like, I just think it's just such a reach, mate. It's such a reach. It's unrealistic. It's so stupid, and it's not warranted. It's just not warranted. Now, we go into brown envelopes. We go into payroll merchants. We go into all these fuckers that put down narratives on our timeline and push and force feed stuff down. What did we hear about João Felix recently? Oh, it's not going to be 130 million fee if his trial run ends well. Yeah, ends well, right? Okay. You want to talk about mudding brown envelopes? Let's mud them then. Yeah. João Felix is on almost 300 grand a week. Yeah. All right. These new owners want to lower the wage structure. So where are you going signing Felix, paying a fee of close to 100 million, because that's what it's going to cost you, and you think he's going to accept lower wages? You're a long way from Starbucks, mate. Long way. Delusion. And on top of that, to fucking make all the Twitter virgins wake up about João Felix, that the chance he's not going to sign at Chelsea, yeah, is for the simple fact is what? He plays behind the striker, he plays in that number 10 role, and they're pushing the prop that we're looking for a striker, right? Well, we've got Nkunku. But Nkunku's not a striker. Nkunku's going to play behind the striker. That's what they quoted. So what are you telling us? Nkunku's here to come and Felix is a stopgap for Nkunku. That makes sense, doesn't it? Is that the narrative we're pushing out? Is that the narrative we're pushing out? What is it? What is it? I don't know. I don't know what, like, the story changes. The narrative changes day by day. And the bottom line is, if you're not prepared to pay the high wages and you want to lower your structure, forget about signing Felix, mate. Just forget it. He can go to any other, forget La Liga and all that. He'll go to another Premier League club who'll pay the wages for him. He'll pay the wages. Now, Nkunku, yeah, he can play centre forward, can he? So why are the brown envelopes pushing that he's going to play behind the centre forward? Yeah? Think about that. They're pushing that out. There's a reason they're pushing that out. So all this talk about Felix, who I think is a baller, and I want him to stay at Chelsea. Absolutely. I think he's a lovely player. But the reality is, going by their narrative, he ain't signing, mate. And if he does, let's hear what he signs on. Let's hear what he signs on. Because like I say, all this performance-based contracts, it's great in baseball, it's great in America, but over here, it don't work like that. You know what, yeah? Do you know Fergie, all right? Fergie wouldn't do these bonuses, yeah? He wouldn't do bonuses in contracts. Do you know why? Do you know why? He pays your wage. You get your wage, your contract. You're paid that money, yeah? He says, why should I give you a bonus? You getting that wage should be enough for you to perform and win at this football club and play for this football club. That's the fucking incentive. Do you understand? That's the incentive, not fucking performance-based targets. The incentive is you've been signed by Chelsea Football Club. You play for us. That's your fucking incentive. That's your wage. Go out on the pitch and land your minerals. Where's that narrative? Where's that mentality? This is wishy-washy mentality by the new owners. Performance-based. Like they've got to fucking think about their bonuses, so they're just playing for money. No, you're meant to pay for the love of your club that you signed for. You're meant to play for the love of the game. That's what you pay. You play the game for, not for the fucking pound note. We've got enough YouTubers and fucking brown envelopes out here doing it for the pound note. We want our players to do it for the love of the game. Everyone should agree with this. Everyone should agree with this. So I don't understand all this performance-based nonsense. You get your set wage like you do at work, and you might get a little bonus. You might get a little bonus winning Champions League. Oh, like Roman used to do. He used to pay the players a certain little amount, a little top-up. That's cool. Great. But you have to perform because you should want to perform being at the club, because you want to be at the club. That's the way I look at it, yeah? But no, we have to get mental skills coaching. Fucking hell. I'm sorry, man, but you know what? It's not really what everyone wants to hear, what I'm saying. No one really wants to hear it. Everyone wants me to, like, give a pat on the back to the owners and that, yeah? But like I say, proof's in the pudding, and that comes with longevity. It's not the now immediacy. You don't just go and spend 600 million and I'm in love with you and I think you're the best thing since sliced bread and you're coming up to Roman's level. Fucking hell, mate. No chance. Absolutely no chance. You know, at the end of the day, this contract malarkey is only happening because certain players are refusing to sign on their terms. And I'm saying their terms are what I just said. Performance-based. Performance-based wages, man. Where have you heard this in football? Where? Oh, it's so innovative, isn't it? So innovative, mate. So that's why I want to say that. And I don't think João Felix would sign for that reason, because I think he knows he can get money elsewhere. And that's just down to it. You know, it is about the money. These footballers have a short career span and they want to make as much money as possible. And that's the reality of it. So it just winds me up. It just fucking winds me up that people just like they don't understand this side of it. They don't get it. They just don't fucking get it. Hit the likes, guys. Let me know what likes we're on. We should have fucking 200 likes in here. What's going on? It's true as well. Felix can go to another gaffer, you know. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, right? And I've said it on quite a few shows of mine. I said, oh, this could be the moment Potter digs it out and we start and we get some sort of momentum. And then we go and do something and we're like, yeah. And then we go fucking right back down. And I just think that I can't, and I hope I'm wrong, but I just don't think this gaffer is even going to get us anything this season. I just don't think he will. Big up to Fatland Superman, who says, the thing is, Johnny, I think when the player isn't performing ideally, he should be on the bench, and half a self-reflection, then train again to get back in the team. Yeah, get back in the team for what, man? Like, what? Who's in the team that's fucking balling? I don't even see any competitiveness, mate, within the players. I don't see any fight. I don't see any hunger. I don't see them happy. I don't see fucking team harmony. I don't see any tactical fucking changes. I don't see any game management. I don't see any man management. I just hear the boys gave everything. We're doing well. It's a big task at hand. It's not fucking good enough. It's just not good enough. And how long are you going to go on and just pinpoint players when it's the whole fucking team? It's the whole team. It's not like, oh, it's just Mountain Havertz, like you lot are all going to say. It's just Mountain Havertz. Go through the whole fucking team. Go through all the players that play. And the only player I can say is Thiago Silva. Everyone else is like up and down. There's no consistency. There's no continuity. There's no fucking patterns of play. Like, I'm only going by what I see. And everyone's like, oh, give the gaffer time. Give the gaffer time. Where's the same fucking energy, you wrong'uns, for Thomas Tuchel at the start of the season, where he hasn't even been given a chance to spend this sort of money, hasn't even given a chance to build a team, yeah? And he fucking delivered. So I'm sorry, all you wankers out there that are pushing out these narratives towards Graham Potter and back the gaffer at all costs and all this shit, yeah? You're fucking wrongers, man. You're all on payroll. Because it's clear as day. I know what I'm seeing on the pitch. And it's not only me that's seeing it. I know a lot of my Middles FC army are seeing it. And not only that, the players are fucking seeing it. And that's where you got to worry. Yeah? How many players? It's bad enough having one player and you lose that dressing room, right? Lukaku was almost got us lost the dressing room. Tuchel lost the dressing room, almost. And he salvaged it. He fucking salvaged it, all right? This time, look how many players we got, man. Look how many players. We've got Aubameyang, which is the breaking news I'm going to talk about. We are, as a club, prepared to pay his fucking salary so that he can go to Los Angeles FC. Is this a joke? What is this? What's this all about? Don't fucking sign him, man. It was a deadline day signing. It was a panic buy signing. Most of these signings in that summer were panic buys. Everyone's like, no, we applaud the owners for spending the money. Yeah, spend the money on fucking what? And no one can tell me, because I fucking know for a fact none of them were Tuchel signings, not fucking one. So anyone who's telling me that they're Tuchel signings, I know you're a fucking liar. And I know it. Yeah, I fucking know it. So when people come out and tell me, yeah, oh, Tuchel got all this money, fuck off, man. You're bullshitting. You've just been spoon-fed all that narrative and you believe it. Because why else? If you don't know, you would believe it, right? Well, I know. and that's all you need to know, yeah, is that Thomas Tuchel was not backed, mate. Yeah? They were always planning to get rid of Thomas Tuchel, and they couldn't do it at the start. So, yes, I have a bitter pill to swallow with these owners, and they've got a lot to prove to me personally, yeah? But going and spending 600 million and you're having to fucking sell an Aubameyang or pay his wages to send him out of the club, he's one that's not buying into the gaffer. He's looking at Potter going, what the fuck is this all about? You probably got Felix and Enzo going, what's all this about? Yeah? Mason Mount and Kai Havertz are looking at this guy going, we've got fucking Tuchel, and then we got this guy. You got Thiago Silva, who's fucking elite, looking at this gaffer. Reece James is probably looking at this. Everyone's looking at this gaffer going, what the fuck? And our results ain't changing. Our patterns of play ain't changing. Training ain't changing. Go and ask your little brown envelope fucking Eunice who went to the training ground. He'd tell you everything about it. Go and watch his show, mate, on it. He'd tell you all he was doing was clapping. They were doing fuck all. They weren't even properly shooting with 100% shooting power. He was just all tap and lackluster. Come on, bruv. It's not about the players, man. It's about the mentality that stems towards the players. It's instilled in the players. I don't fucking see it. And until I see it, that's when I'm going to go, yes, the gaffer's got a real deal minerals about him. He's going to land it and we can go somewhere with him. But right now, I can't see us going anywhere with this gaffer. And I will stand by it until I see some change. And there's no fucking change. And these owners are, at all costs, will do whatever they can not to sack this guy, knowing it's the right fucking decision. Eventually, if we go and lose to West Ham or we go and get knocked out by Dortmund, is that where you draw the line and go, fuck, we're out of Champions League, we're out of the knockout rounds, we're out of the Premier League, top four, we're out of Europa League for that matter, we ain't going to have no European football. Where's your pulling power? You talk about revenue. Where's your revenue from your fucking Champions Leagues and Europa Leagues for our football club? It ain't there. So you lose that for a whole season. You've got to build up again to try and get there, while all the other clubs are going to build upon where they are now and improve. And then you're still going to be chasing behind. This is a shambles. It's a fucking shambles, man. The board make a rookie mistake by hiring Potter in the first place. The director of football should be the one deciding the next manager. The bottom line is, though, none of them have fucking got any say, man. These guys run the show. These owners run the show, mate. They do. Everyone else is a fucking yes man. They just put them in positions and use their experience in certain scenarios to get over the line for whatever reason it is. People are so naive, mate. So naive. And I don't buy it. Yeah, I don't buy it. And I see all the moves that they make. Look, for example, ever since CFC Fanzine and We Are the Shed promoted the banner, the Mason Mount banner going out Matthew Harding Lower for the Southampton home game, ever since that came out, go on Chelsea's Twitter, go on their Instagram, and tell me if there's any fucking prop of Mason Mount since then to now. Go and have a look. I'll tell you there ain't. All the props is the new signings. Every single one. All new signings. You might even get a fucking Ziyech in there. Yeah? Explain it. Explain that. It's calculated. It's tactful. There's a reason for it. Social media in general, is the biggest tool, the most powerful tool to control people's minds, their thought process. That's why I cannot stand them. But I see through it. Yeah, I see through it. They won't go near Mason Mount. They won't talk about Mason Mount. It's going to lead me on to the next fucking wrong un, the brown envelope himself, yeah? And I'm going to absolutely rip him to shreds. But, yeah, they made the mistake. But they want to save their face, Fatter, and that's the problem. They made a fucking mistake. You got Sir Bratton coming on TalkSport saying we wouldn't have sacked Thomas Tuchel. Tells you everything you need to know. And big up to him for fucking landing the minerals and saying how it is. And most Chelsea fans have this thought process. Most Chelsea fans know football long enough, have watched Chelsea long enough to understand when a gaffer ain't got the minerals. And when you know that all the platforms, all the larger platforms, all the brand envelopes are at defence of the gaffer, all right, there was none of this for Thomas Tuchel. Fuck all. None of it. So, am I going to buy into that? Absolutely fucking not. I'm buying into it. I'm not buying into that waffle. No fucking chance. No chance, mate. So, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on to Nizaar fucking brown envelope. Mr. Boehly, I'm on your payroll. Yeah. All right. And this guy's a Man United fan, as we all know. So he's reporting. It's bad enough. We've got a Matt Fraud Law, who's a fucking Villa fan, reporting on our football club. Now we have a Manchester United fan, and it works. It works for the owners. It works for the club because these guys have got no affiliation, no emotional attachment to our football club. So whatever they write, whatever they're told to fucking write, they'll write it. Now everything at this moment stands to what? It's all about Mason Mount. The amount of hate and abuse he gets, that's a given. That's standard. That's standard. The kid's been getting hate and abuse ever since he put on a Chelsea shirt. It's no different from back then to now. It's just now he's not in form. The whole team's not in form. But we're all going to turn a blind eye to the fucking gaffer who controls the team, has a decision on the team, or does he? Or does he have the control? I don't know. Yeah. But we'll go to Mason Mount. Drop him, bench him. Cool. Go on then, do it. Do you know why Potter doesn't bench him? Because he can't trust other players. He needs his best players playing in the pitch. Yeah. But the problem is all the players around are fucking not good enough. Mount's not on form, and that's granted. Everyone can see he's not playing to his fullest potential, but the whole team's not. So it brings me to this point, yeah? And I tweeted it out today, all right? Under Thomas Tuchel, under Lampard, our winning percentage rate was over 75% when Mason Mount plays. When he doesn't play, you're back down to 47%. He's that important. When Chelsea play and we play well, Mason Mount's playing well and Mason Mount's playing. When Mason Mount's not playing well or he's not playing, we don't play well. What does that fucking tell you? It tells you that our key player is so important to us. Well, Potter, you fucking wrong'un, yeah? Play him in his position. Stop playing him left wing, right wing, moving him out, 10, 8, whatever the fuck it is, and putting the right players around him, put the right system around him, and you'll get the best out of Mason Mount so he can fucking play ball and actually do well. Maybe play Kai Havertz, not a fucking number 9. Maybe we'd have a chance there of getting the best out of Kai, but you don't do that. And it makes me question, are you putting them in those positions so they don't play in their rightful positions and they look like they play poorly? So when it comes to the contract negotiations, you lot can fucking go, well, you're not playing well. You don't warrant this money. Oh, hold on a minute. What about my last 3 seasons? Does that not warrant the money? Or that warrants 70 grand a week, does it? Yeah. You might be able to do Mudryk on that. Yeah. 95 grand, who's got no CV compared to Mason Mount or Kai Havertz for that matter, but we'll talk about Mason Mount. You'll do that. You'll go there. That's fine. You can do that. Yeah. If Mudryk had won the Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup, got all the stats of Mason Mount, do you think Mudryk is coming to Chelsea signing on fucking 95 grand? You muppets. Where are you from? What planet are you from? That's the minerals there. If you cannot accept that, then I don't know where you are, mate. Long way from Starbucks, mate. CFC, you might have hit the nail on the head there. You see, the thing is, right, we bring up Nizaar Kinsella. We'll bring him up, yeah? We'll bring him up. Because the timing is fantastic, yeah? Can I remind everyone? Let me put this down here. Now, our owner liked this tweet, and I will always go back to it, and I will not forget it. But this demonstrates something very key here. This demonstrates that our owner has literally single-handedly fed into all the agenda merchants on Mason Mount. And what that does is it has a massive repercussion, a knock-on effect. And it makes them all feed into it. And that, my friends, all my minerals army, that is not class. That is so poor. It's absolutely disgraceful. And then you go and unlike it because you know it was fucking wrong. But it wasn't that. You were going to unlike it anyway. You just done it as a little marketing stint. So now, I tell you, Nizaar Kinsella, 119% is on Boehly's payroll, like many others are. When it comes to our players and our contracts, these guys are all bought, yeah? And I stand by it, right? So let's go on to it. Let me get it now. Everyone smash that like button. All right. Let's get it up. As you can see, he was very proud to interview Mason Mount. Very, very proud, this guy. So, he's with the Evening Standard. Ideal, isn't it? So, let's run down. Let's go down. A lot of Felix prop, as per. He's got here, Thiago Silva expected to renew deal +1. All right, cool. Let's see what he signs. Mount talks remain at a stalemate, potential for future sale. He puts potential for future sale. Now, what did we hear the day before? The day before is that basically Mount doesn't want to sign this contract that they're offering. So all of a sudden, because he doesn't want to sign on their terms, they're going to prop out through this brown envelope that there's a potential for future sale. We go into it, and when you read the article, let's get it up. I'll read it because I've got to switch it over. Co-owner Todd Boehly is handling. I want to reiterate this. Todd Boehly is handling Mason Mount's new proposed 7-year contract, but little progress has been made. So therefore, because little progress has been made, i.e. he's not going to sign on our terms, on what we want, which is probably shit, we're going to push out through Nizaar Kinsella for his lovely article that we're thinking about selling him as well. All right. That's after, all this after, he liked to tweet slandering your fucking player. All right. So that's a nice move there by Boehly, yeah? The 24-year-old, the club's player of the season for the last 2 seasons, remained among the lowest paid at the bridge and wants salaries similar to friends in the England team. Chelsea have yet to offer those terms, pointing to the security longer deals have offered 8 January signings who earn on average around 70 grand a week. Yes, there was something. What have you signed, man? What about the signings you signed on 300 grand? Where's the prop on that, fella? Where do you want to talk about that? Koulibaly and Sterling. What about 70 million to Cucurella and his wages? You think he's on shit wages? What, you think, Boehly and Clearlake, that you're going to sign all these players on 70 grand a week? 100 grand a week? My word, man, you got a lot to learn. Liverpool and the other big 6 Premier League clubs are ready to test Chelsea's resolve in the summer, and the new regime could be inclined to sell Mount. Cool. I dare you to sell Mount, Boehly. Like, I actually dare you to sell him. I dare you to sell him. And tell me who you're going to replace him with. All right? Then we go on to Nizaar Kinsella now. Let's just scroll down to this lovely article he's got here. This is a cracker, mate. Where is it? Here we go. What if, this is the caption, what if all Chelsea players are suddenly fit and available? Who do you pick? Who makes a squad? Who gets left out? Let's go to it. Let's go to it right now. All right, is it up now? Yes, it's up. We're getting it up. Hold on. Here we go. All right. So the title is No Kovacic Mount, question mark, picking Chelsea's best 11 after 600 million transfer fee. Potter is left with big decisions after another window of huge spending. All right, cool. Let's read it. Let's read this. So he's put, Graham Potter is searching for his best starting 11 after the club's record 600 million spree across 2 transfers. British record signing Enzo Fernandez and Noni Madueke made their respective first appearances in the 0-0 draw with Fulham to set a new club record of 16 debuts in a single season, breaking a mark that had stood since 1909. So you've not only broken that record of 16 debuts and all these signings, but you've done it on a manager that's fucking not experienced to deal with this sort of transition. Interesting. Indeed, where are we going here? That lack of consistency in selection partly comes down to the new signings and the change of manager, but it's also down to injuries. Oh, nice for you to mention that, Nizaar fella. At the height of their injury crisis that lasted 3 months, Chelsea had a total of 12 players out. Isn't that interesting? We've had a total of 12 players out. Do you know why, guys? Because our whole medical team that was there before had been fucking gutted out. So we brought in a whole new medical team, which clearly they don't know what they're doing. Because when you have a medical team, you need to make it a smooth transition. Why? Because these doctors, this injury team, they know the track record. They know the history of every single player, from a muscle to surgery to their physical condition, their weight loss, their weight gain, whatever the hell it is, they know. Yeah? That's all been taken out. That's all been taken out. I'm just putting that out there. So he's put Kepa in there. So obviously it suits to put Kepa. Kepa's had some decent performances, but as everyone can remember, Kepa, everyone wanted to sell Kepa. For the last 2 seasons, every single supporter on all the platforms wants to sell Kepa. All right. Do you know why you couldn't sell him? Because you've already signed an 8-year contract. He was on an 8-year contract on 150 grand a week. Who the hell's going to go and sign him 150 grand a week for a keeper that's been benched for the last 2 seasons? No one. Who's going to loan him on them wages? No one. So what have you done? You're left with him. What's the solution? Oh, isn't it? The irony here. Edouard Mendy won't sign a contract. So therefore, Mendy doesn't play. Yes, he's been injured, but isn't he fit now, guys? Is he not ready to play? Mendy doesn't get a sniff. I don't know. What's going on there? What's going on there? So he's picked Kepa. Just putting it out there. He's picked Reece James. Fit, obviously. Thiago Silva, fit, obviously. Yeah. Badishile, new signing. So Koulibaly doesn't get a sniff at all. What about Wesley Fofana? Doesn't get a sniff. 2 new signings. Don't get a sniff. Okay, interesting. The kids had, 3 performances? Decent. Clean sheets. Fair play. Let's see what he offers. Ben Chilwell's in the team. That's fantastic. I'm so glad Ben Chilwell's in there. There's no Cucurella. Interesting. Enzo Fernandez goes without saying. N'Golo Kanté, top player. Of course he goes in there. No Kovacic, obviously. Looks like Kova might leave. Raheem Sterling's in there, although we're hearing rumours that he's going to be sold. Yeah? João Felix, Mudryk, Kai Havertz. And let's look at the bench. Mendy, Chalobah, Asby, Cucurella, Fofana, Kovacic, Mount, Madueke, Aubameyang. Aubameyang's on the bench and we're looking to sell him or get rid of him. So why is he on the bench? Yeah? But you have just taken out Mason Mount when fit, when the team's fit, and you have put who? Who have you put over Mason Mount? A loan signing? Who have you put over Mason Mount? Mudryk? João Felix? Sterling? These all go over Mason Mount? Are you mad? Are you fucking mad? So you're just gonna drop out. Let me understand this. Yeah, you're gonna pull out your player of the season back to back. You're gonna take out a player that's been captain 4 times at your club. You're gonna take out a player that sells you the most shirts out of any other player. You're gonna take out a player that basically assisted and won the Champions League with Kai Havertz for Chelsea. You're going to take out a player that for the last 3 seasons has been the highest GA out of any other player. Any other player. You're going to take out a player that is absolutely fundamental to us, how we play. That for me is pure payroll, mate. Yeah? Because I guarantee if Mason Mount had signed his contract, yeah, he would be in that 11. In fact, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. He'd be in that 11 because he's not signed the contract. He's on the fucking bench. And the disrespect from Nizaar Kinsella to put Mason Mount on the bench and putting players that haven't even got, let's have it right, they haven't even got a fucking CV that Mason Mount's got. Yeah. Let alone for Chelsea, they haven't got a CV that Mason Mount's got at all. All right. But Mason Mount's done it at a club that you're doing the best 11 for. Oh, mate, you are bought. You're as bought as they come. You're as bought as they come. So that, for me, says it all. Says it all. Absolutely says it all. You know, Sterling ain't even won the Champions League. Sterling, you're paying 300 grand a week, and you're talking about selling him, all right? And Brown Everett are pushing this out. What? Really? We're going to put him in the first 11? Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. You're putting a lone player in your best 11. A lone player who's not even going to be there next season. This is what you call orchestration by the owners. Drinking the damn minerals. Believe it all if you want. Don't believe it. Whatever it is. But it suits the narrative, is what I'm saying. It suits the narrative beautifully. Absolutely suits the narrative. So we go on to this one here. Let me put this up here. I've got it on my tweet. Yeah. We'll put it on my tweet. Let me get it up. This is quality. Oh dear, when do people learn, man? Do you know what it is? You either know the game or you don't. Craig, Chelsea season ticket holder, feels that the team look a more fluid side when Mount is playing and that he possesses the minerals, my terminology, to become a future captain of the club. He said Mount would always be in my starting 11 if he's fit. We seem to click better as a team when he's playing, and his work rate off the ball is fantastic. The energy and commitment he shows whenever he plays is what fans love. Coming up through the academy, he knows the club inside out, and I think he has plenty of leadership qualities to captain the team in the future. All right, so that's that. And then we got this here. Tuchel Wales, Mason Mount, or on the Chelsea side after the stats show 89% of games when the England midfielder starts, we win, making him almost undroppable. That's 89%. 89%. And that's under an elite gaffer. We got this gaffer come in, doesn't know what the fuck's going on, what team to pick, doesn't know anything at this moment in time. And because of our performances as a whole as a team, we're going to mud Mason Mount and we're going to take him out of the team because it suits what? Yes, it suits the narrative. It suits the narrative for the contract negotiations. Oh, man, I'm so fucking on point. It's ridiculous. It's so on point. Yeah, it's so on point. Look at this. Look at this. You're telling me you're benching this player when everyone's fit. You're benching this player out in that team when everyone's fit. I want everyone to read all that. Read it all. Look at it. You say, look at this season, but like I say to you, where is the team playing well? Where? How many games have we won in the last, 10? No, 14 games? How many games we fucking won? Tell me. Put it in the chat. Tell me how many games we won. So because you're... What about Chilwell? Chilwell's not been on form. Reece James hasn't even been on form because he's not played. But they go in the team. Kanté's not played for almost the whole fucking season. And he goes in the team. Yeah? So don't use that narrative, oh, it's all about form. No. Your best 11 is your best 11. Mason Mount goes into your best 11. Yeah? And anyone who tells you not, yeah, is either agenda driven or fucking, I don't know, man. I don't know what they are. Brown envelope. That's what they are. Fucking brown envelope. Johnny, how comes you ain't defending Datro for all the racism he's getting on social media for missing that chance against foot? I haven't even seen it. What racism? I haven't seen any of that. Who gave him racism? What about Kai Havertz getting fucking all these tweets going, oh, I wish you were dead. I wish you'd die. What about all that? Where's all that defence? Where are people supporting that? And if he's getting racism at this start of his career already, it's fucking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But I can't answer that because I didn't even know that even existed. I haven't seen it on my timeline. You might have to elaborate on that, geezer. You might have to elaborate on that. It's disgusting. You know, I got called, someone outlandish. I got called, because I back Mason Mount and Kai Havertz, that it's not healthy. It's not healthy for the players, but it's all the hate, all the agenda, all the toxicity. That's healthy for the players. Mizzy, shut up, you wrong'un. Shut your fucking... Don't even mention my name, fella. Don't mention my name. How many times I've got to tell you lot? Stop mentioning my fucking name. So at the end of the day, I have to question it. And I just did. In fact, I'm not even questioning it. I know. The problem is with Fofana, Fofana's a kid. He's come from the Norwegian league. Like, fucking hell, are people so stupid, man? Do you not understand you've got to bed in these players? You've got to help them adjust. They're not playing in fucking Bundesliga. They're not playing in the Dutch league. They're playing in the Premier League, mate. They need time to adjust. They need a manager who's going to ease them in, train them up, develop them. Where is all this fucking energy? Just throwing Fofana. Fuck. It's not fair on the kid. And what happens? He plays against Fulham, and now you're telling me he's getting racist comments and that because of a performance against Fulham. What do you expect from the kid? He's been thrown in, for fuck's sake. He's been thrown in the team. He's got no experience. You've thrown in Madueke in there, no experience. Dutch league, PSV, poor league. Like, what do you guys expect, man? These owners are getting rid of all our fucking experience. I've spoken about this. How many times do I have to speak about this? You cannot win anything and run a team with fucking kids. You need generals in there. You need experience. You need fucking minerals, generals in there. And the minerals generals we got, Mason Mount, Reece James, Thiago Silva, Kanté, backbone. Backbone. Where is it? We ain't even got fucking, what's his name? Kovacic. We ain't even got him. Is he going to play? Is Kovacic going to play? Fucking hell, man. Asby's in his last end of his career, man. He's on his last legs, man. Respect the youth, you say to me. Don't fucking mock me like that. I back all the youth. I've been backing our Cobham boys. I've been backing the youth. But you need a fucking balance, geezer. You need players that can integrate these youth players with experience, track record. The model tells you that. In the past, it's been like that. When have I said Mount and fucking Kai are kids, man? They were kids at 20 years old, 21. They're fucking not even in their top. They're not even in their prime, man. They're 24, 23 years old. They're still young. Fucking Felix is what? 23 going on 24. Yeah? What Champions League has he won? Club World Cup, Super Cup. What's he fucking done? Look at Felix's stats for Atletico and come and talk to me about Mason Mount. Shut up. Don't be so fucking naive and stupid. You know, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, you can go on all you want with your agendas. Fuck all your agendas. Fuck you coming at Mount and Kai. You ain't got a fucking clue. You don't know what you're doing. If you do know what you're doing, you're an absolute poison to the fan base. And hopefully you just get fucking shut down. But the bottom line is this. People get scrutinised for backing players that are either out of form or they get all the hate. But yet, you're going to back players that, well, who else has played well? Who else? Who else has been balling out so much? That's the fucking benchmark. We're so fucking lucky. We're so thankful. It all stems from the gaffer, mate. Yeah? It all stems from the gaffer. And then from the gaffer, it goes to the ownership. If you can't see that, I'm not here to educate. I have educated, but it's up to you whether you want to fucking digest it. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell, man. What's wrong with these wrong'uns in the fan base? They ain't got a fucking Scooby, man. Yeah? You think Roman, yeah, is going out buying all the fucking 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, and I'm going to build a super team of fucking 21-year-olds. Super team. We're going to fucking win the lot. We're going to win the Champions League. We're going to win the fucking Premier League. We're going to do that. We're going to sell off all our deadwood, all the old players, all the high wage players, and we're going to go and win the lot. You're deluded. You're deluded. Wenger, how many teams did Wenger have with kids, yeah? What did he fucking win? What did he win? Yeah? What did he win? I'm looking at midfields with Ballack, Lampard, Essien, Mikel, mate. Yeah? That's what you call a midfield. Yeah? That's a midfield. All right? We've had Jorginho and Kovacic, fucking intricate little passing with no different dimension for God knows how long. We've had to rely on Kanté being the world-class player he is, cleaning it up in the midfield. We have to play a back three with wing-back system because we ain't got the personnel. Potter's come in and he still can't figure it out. And when he does figure it out, oh, what a man. We should start playing all right. We look a bit more comfortable. This geezer, he's playing Mason. Listen to this, man. He's playing Mason Mount as a left forward with a back four. He's playing Mason Mount left forward with a back four. Anyone who understands football, anyone who understands formations, and to know that our fullbacks, when you ain't got Reece James and you ain't got Chilwell, who's bombing up and down? Who's bombing up and down to support the fucking front two wingers? Mason Mount and fucking whoever else it is. Who's supporting them? You got Jorginho there running underwater. And you probably got a Gallagher or Loftus-Cheek because Kovacic is fucking nowhere to be seen. He's injured. And you got Kanté out. So tell me, where are you playing this wonderful fluid Potter ball? Where are you playing all this fucking amazing football? Yeah? Where? I find it unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah? Unbelievable. Fucking hell. It's too funny, mate. Honestly, it's too funny. I struggle with it. I struggle with people's understanding of football. And then on top of that, yeah, you got this gaffer. Problem solved, Mick Geezer. Problem solved. Yeah. Don't think about, oh, my lovely football. You ain't going to get to play your lovely football because we'll be in the Conference League at this rate. Yeah. To play your lovely football, have some fucking balance, Geezer, and start getting back to basics and playing a system that suits the players that you want to use. That's it. Done. Yeah. Then you can get to your fluid football stage. At this rate, you're not going to get anywhere near it. You're probably going to get sacked. You're going to go and get a Luis Enrique, fuck knows. You're going to go and get a Hansi Flick, or you're going to get a Marino. You ain't going to bring Thomas Tuchel back because he probably won't come back because he doesn't want a super team of youngsters. So what are we going to do here? Where are we going? We're going to have to go and spend what, another 600 million to back the new gaffer that comes in? Like, where are we going with this? What are we all happy to sit fucking 18th or 16th in the league, be out of every competition, be out of Champions League football when you fucking know it, and no one can tell me that our team is not good enough to get top four, that our team is not good enough to challenge in the Champions League? Fuck off. You're talking shit. This gaffer, I'm sorry, man, he ain't fucking doing it, man. And at the end of the day, it's all the owners, mate. And that's where I come at them. I don't give a fuck, yeah? You do your job correctly. You make changes correctly. Your transition's meant to be smart, yeah? You're blowing all this fucking money, yeah? You're blowing all this fucking money, geezer. Yeah? Out of your 1.23 billion budget, we've spent half of it. And what have we got to show for it? What have we got to show for it? Tell me. We're sitting ninth with Liverpool with a game in hand that'll go above us and we're 10th. Maybe we drop to 11th. We're going to West Ham on Saturday, away, 12:30 kickoff. We're playing like shit. We've got all this toxicity around us. We've got fucking players out of form. We've got no balance, no gaffer. It's like, what? Well, you think we're going to get a result? I'd love a result at West Ham. But that's like a bogey team for us. We struggle against West Ham at that shit stadium. Honestly, where do you draw the line, man? I would have loved all this energy that everyone has for Potter, for Thomas Tuchel, when he was going through that period where we had all the brown envelopes pushing negativity, all the YouTube platforms pushing negativity and criticism towards Tuchel, masking it with criticism when it was fucking agenda. Yeah. Why have we not got that same energy? Why have we not got that same energy that Potter's getting now for Thomas Tuchel? Why not? Where's all that? Where's all that gone? Until I see changes, I want to see changes. I want to see this gaffer do something. I want to see results. Grind out fucking results, man. Grind out results. Do something. Go back to basics. I don't know. I don't think he can. I don't think he's got it in him. I don't think he's got it in him to do it. And this is a fucking worry. And we're going to go through this whole season when we could have had Thomas Tuchel, man. I look at us. We spent 600 million and we ain't even got a spine yet. We haven't even got a spine. 600 million should buy you a spine. Nah. Sorry, man. Something's not right. Listen, you're paying Aubameyang's wages to go Los Angeles FC. You're getting your trousers pulled down again. Again. Yeah. Brothers is right. 600 million. Our team's fucking worse. Our team's been ripped apart. Our club's been ripped apart. We've been gutted like fishes, mate. Literally, we've been gutted out. Medical team. Probably the fucking tea lady's been gutted out. You've had fucking all the board of directors gutted out. You've had our manager taken away from us. We're selling players left, right, and centre. We're bringing in all these youth players. Yeah. We've got the best youth at Cobham. We've got the best youth, best academy in the world. Yeah. And we're signing all these youth players from around the world. I just fucking. And no one says nothing. No one says no. Go, oh yeah, we spent 600 million. Yeah, wicked. Go on, Boehly. Go on, Boehly. I understand transition, mate. We've been in transition when it comes to the Premier League. We've been in transition. Granted, that's standard. Yeah. But how much more? We're going so fucking far back. It's ridiculous. We're going out of the Champions League. I'd love to win it this year. And maybe, I don't know, Potter might just go, do you know what, Johnny? I'm going to land a minerals geezer. I'm going to go and win us the Champions League. All right, go for it, Potter. Land it, yeah? Right? Reality is, the way we are, we ain't winning fuck all. We ain't going to get top four, probably not even Europa League. And I think to myself, well, we're going backwards now. We're only going to be able to buy youth players at this rate. I just have to laugh, man. I just have to laugh. Johnny, if he loses to West Ham and Dortmund, does he need to go? Fuck. Only if you've got a replacement. The problem, like I say, is I don't think you can get an elite gaffer with these guys. I don't think you can get an elite owner with elite gaffer with his ownership. These ownership want a yes man. And if they've got the yes man, they've got the yes man. And that's the way I see it. If they can change their dynamics and their thought process and let people, the professionals in the game, do the job, like Thomas Tuchel wanted to do, then maybe we go forward as a football club. Listen, you can throw all the money at a football club. You can throw all the money at transfers. But if you ain't got the right personnel to deal with the team, to set the mentality, then you ain't going anywhere. You won't win. You just won't. Hit the like button, guys. Obviously, we've got some agenda merchants in here. Hit the like button. 200 and whatever, 40 people in here. Land your minerals. Smash that like button. Get it over 200 likes. Minimum. Big up to British Patriot in here as well. Big up to you. Right, so Kanté. What's the story on Kanté? The story on Kanté. I don't think he's going to sign, guys. I actually think they're going to just get rid of fucking... I think they're getting rid of everyone. Cover's going to go. We're probably going to lose Cover. We use Kanté. We're going to lose Kai Havertz. We're going to lose Mason Mount. Who else are we going to lose? Aubameyang. Probably Sterling. Koulibaly. Yeah. That's 7 players. That's 7 players we'll lose. And then what? Let's go and blow another 700 million and buy what? You ain't in the Champions League. You ain't got no pool like that. The only pool you got is your wage structure. But your wage structure, you're telling us, is 100 grand a week. So who are you going to sign? Oh, yeah, they might sell Chilwell to City if the brand envelopes are telling the truth. Fucking hell, man. We'll bring in a 17-year-old kid to replace Kanté. He'll do the job. We'll go and get the next best fucking youngster from Brazil to be our next N'Golo Kanté. He'll do the job. You know what I mean? Mate, most of those 12 players injured you're talking about are all going to get fucking sold. So it doesn't even make a difference. Maybe Potter's got something, man. He's pulling something left, right, and centre. I don't know. Maybe that's his Harry Potter, his magic trick is to fucking bring in all these wonderful signings. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. The funny thing is, right? We have got Paul. Of course, we got Paul. We're Chelsea, yeah. But I'm just, I'm just saying. Everyone's talking about this project. What's the fucking project, man? I don't. Apart from a youth super team, playing a 4-4-3, and I don't know. Like, what is it? What is it? Oh, man. Yeah, they'll probably bring Lukaku back. Fuck it. Bring him back as well. Bring him back. Listen, I'm only being real, guys. I'm not trying to make everyone feel like shit. I'm just like, my whole point of my platform is just to let go of my emotions, my feelings. And right now, I just, I'm done with these owners at the minute. I can't understand this whole vision is mental. Like, it's just mad. Like, I get everyone needs time, yeah, but you could have given time to one of the best managers that we've ever had and actually build on that, who's got a track record. But no, we'll fucking put that in the bin. We don't want Tuchel. Put him in the bin. He goes in the woods. Fuck him. Yeah. And then we go where? Where do we go next? Yeah, we'll go to Brighton and we'll get him. Just fucking. I'm not taking it well at all, guys. I'm not taking it well at all. And you know, I want Potter to turn it around. I want him to, like, you know, win games, give us some momentum. But right now, do you know what? Yeah, the whole Chelsea fan base right now, with these owners, with the whole back Potter and all that energy and all that. You're all this guy, man. You're all this guy. This is every single one of them, all the Mount haters, Havertz haters, the fucking all these wrong'uns. I just think that they don't understand the context of what's going on at a football club. And funny enough, this geezer was the one that wanted Tuchel out, was propping Potter. Now we got Potter. This guy don't know what to think. He doesn't know what to think anymore. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Kanté, he wants 3 years plus one. I think that's a little bit extreme for Kanté. 3 years plus one, and the guy hasn't even played this season. Even I'm going to be real about that and say that's a bit far fetched. But what are we being told here? Is that the truth? You know, is that the truth? 2 years plus 1 year, that's reasonable. Whatever the wage is, cool, go with it, go with the wage. I don't really give a shit what he gets paid. Just make sure you keep someone of world-class experience, man. Just someone. We need someone in there. And funny enough, the midfield, we desperately need it. So I don't really want to sell Kanté, you know. I'll lose all hope if we lose Kanté. Fucking hell. Especially this season. Crying out loud. What a baller. So yeah, Kante's got a Kante's got to come. He's got to come good, and we sign him. Hopefully, he comes good. I just don't know, mate. Honestly, I don't know. I'm like literally the most positive supporter, and I can't. The only positive I've found recently is that we got clean sheets. That's it. That's the only positive. We ain't conceding any goals, but we ain't scoring any either. We're not playing well. There's no good feeling. I don't have good feeling. I don't know what to expect anymore. Yeah, only 3 clean sheets. Yeah. How many games we won? I've lost track. We won 2 games over the last 14 or 15. I've lost. I don't know. I don't know, man. I have to laugh because I think, like, right now it's all over the place. It's all over the place. And I look at this gaffer and I think, like, he's on the touchline. He gives us nothing, man. Like, I know you might not have that much charisma or that aura, but fucking scream at the players, man, or fucking do something. Or what you're doing in training, do it in training at least. Do it in training. Everyone's asking me about this Napoli striker. Yeah, but let's buy, guys. Let's just keep buying attackers, man. Fucking, let's keep buying attackers. That way, we're sorted. No, we need midfielders. We need fucking midfield. Our midfield is why we struggle so much with consistency. We ain't got a backbone. We need midfielders, man. I mean, realistically, Kepa, we're gonna keep Kepa. Yeah, Kepa's gonna probably stay, and he's performed all right. You know, I give Kepa a chance. I've always thought there was a goalkeeper in Kepa, and he's been given his opportunity. And there we go. We move on from now, and we build upon that. But guys, Declan Rice ain't come to Chelsea. I guarantee it. I promise you, he ain't coming. I'm all for Declan Rice. He ain't coming Chelsea. He ain't coming Chelsea. You think he's going to come for 150 grand? No chance. That guy's. Did you all hear that Man United bid 100 million for him in the summer? 100 million. West Ham turned it down. Do you think they're offering him 150 grand? No chance. Absolutely no chance. Guys, hit that like button. Smash those likes, mate. Right, I want to go on to, who was it? What's his name? I don't even want to do the reaction video to this guy, man. Fucking. All right, so Johnny, in the last 12 league games, we've won one. One fucking game in 12. Is that our benchmark, guys? That's our benchmark now. FC says, big up, he goes, I don't get this Twitter debate. Does Kanté deserve a banner? Of course he does. Longevity and what he's done for Chelsea. Don't get these fans that say no. What they say, no, Kanté doesn't deserve a banner. Is that the fucking debate now? People are debating banners. Do you know why? Because of Mason Mount. He's stupid, man. It just shows you they're gone. Their focus on what should be the team and what the gaffer's doing and where we're going. It's not that. Their focus is Mount hate, Havertz hate, and banners. You know, guys, there's so many of these wrong'uns in the fan base. There's so many of them. Do you know what I mean? There's so many of them. I'll be real, guys. I generally think that Potter is struggling, and I think the real reason he's struggling is that there's so many players in this team that are not buying into what he's doing. I think there's players that are looking at the club and maybe what's going on behind the scenes in the club, and they're thinking, "Fuck, it's a bit messy," and it takes its toll, doesn't it? Takes its toll, and has implications to the day in day out running of the club, the vibe, the atmosphere. I mean, if you're like, let's put it this way, put yourself in their position. Say you're an experienced player, or you're one of the younger players. You've been there for 3-4 years, or maybe 5 years. You've won all these titles. You've had all these managers come in and out. These Tuchel, you've had Lampard, you've had Tuchel. You've won these trophies. Potter comes in, and training's different. The owners are different, and they're bringing in all these young signings and they're starting, and they're thrown in there, and you're like experienced, and you're looking around going, "Oh shit, I've got to be that leader now. I've got to be that one that dictates us on the pitch and in training and all this." Why are we not signing anyone of like older age, someone who's more experienced, someone who's got this and that, and we feel like we can kick on. There's none of that, and I think the mentality has just shot down, and it shows. It shows on the pitch, and I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned, and I don't want to sugarcoat it. Like everyone thinks, oh yeah, we're all going to be all right in that. But listen, until Potter wins something, this will always go on. Until Chelsea show some sort of progress, it will go on. Yeah, the thing is, we are not in that bad state. Like our team has won trophies. Like we have winners in our team. We've just sold Jorginho, who's a vice captain, mid-season, and replaced him with a player that's not his like-for-like position. And we've spent fucking over 100 million on him. And no one says anything. They think, yeah, great move. Well, no, replace Jorginho if you're going to sell Jorginho. Replace a Kovacic with an Enzo, for example. I just don't get it, mate. I don't get it. I'll be honest, Johnny. I agree. I think the job's too big, and he feels that pressure. Does he really have that demand to win? That certain winning mentality to drive the players? I'm not sure, and that's a big. It's a very big thing. When you walk into a new job, you've got to show authority. You've got to set the tone. You've got to show leadership. You've got to show you know what you're doing, and the players buy into it. And I don't think I'm not saying all of them, but I think there's a larger percentage of players in that squad that are not buying into him, and that's a problem. What are you going to do? You're going to just fucking bench all those players and not play them? What are you left with? This is down to the owners, mate. The thing is, I don't blame Potter. It's not his fault. And I've said this. He's been thrown in the deep end. He's not going to turn down an opportunity like this. These owners are just throwing in players left, right, and centre. Whether they're his players or not, I ain't got fucking Scooby. I don't know what to believe. But the bottom line is, it's like you need people with experience. And this gaffer is a young gaffer. He's young. He's not experienced, man. Look at Arteta. Arteta's young, but he's won titles with Pep Guardiola. He's seen how it's done. He's watched it. He knows he's won them titles too. He's part of that team. Potter ain't. That's my concern. And you're buying all these youngsters. No. It's not that I've turned on the owners. I just think that the decisions they make are too rash, and the timing's poor. I don't feel confident with the planning and the preparation. Of course, Enzo for me is a wonderful player. Like I want that player, and we've got that player, and I'm buzzing for it. But at the same time, we've been crying out for a defensive midfielder since they walked through the door. They've known this. Tuchel told them this, and they have not bought that defensive midfielder. Instead, they're going out and about buying attackers. And I don't fucking get it, man. I don't get it. So, yeah, I'm going to say I don't think they know what they're doing. If you went and got Tuchel or Casemiro with our current team, yeah, if we went and got a Casemiro in our current team and you gave him a João Felix or you gave him a Mudryk, no, I guarantee we'll be right up there. We would be right up there. No, he didn't say that. That's what the brown envelopes told you he said. I know things. And all I'm going to tell you is this, yeah? All I'm going to tell you is this, all right? When he said we didn't want need midfielders, he was doing it for the benefit of the club. He wasn't broadcasting we need midfielders because wherever you go, knowing that we got money, this is a little bit of business education for you, negotiation skills. When you go and bid for a player, they go, "Oh yeah, we know Thomas Tuchel said they're desperate for a midfielder. Yeah, let's bump up the price by 50%." Yeah, that's what would happen. So it is what it is, mate. It is what it is. Rice ain't gonna come, guys. He ain't coming, mate. I would love Rice to come, but he ain't gonna come. Liverpool ready to test their Chelsea's resolve over Mason Mount this summer as talks have stalled over a contract extension. Yeah, when was that, Abidas? When was that? Just now? Is that just now? Did he put that out? Ironically. No, it's not being put out now. Yeah, I think Kai will leave, guys. I think Kai will leave. I think Kai will leave. I think they're going to sell Mount. Personally, I think that's what's going to happen. And to be honest with you, I don't blame the kid. I mean, if I'm Minerals Mount and I'm getting treated like shit, I'm running my contract to the end. And I'm saying, fuck you. You're not getting a penny off me. And I'll go and get a massive payout and I'll go to a team that's ready to compete. What's the look going to be like on the owners if they sell Mount and Kai? Not a good look, is it, guys? That's what I'm saying, guys. I know you lot on here, you all back Minerals Mount, you back Kai, yeah. But I'm being real with you. What does it say on the owners if they sell Mason Mount and Kai Havertz? Are you going to be like, we love you? All the haters will, but the real true supporters, the fans that love Mason Mount, do you think they're going to be happy? And then you're going to go, fuck, he's gone to Real Madrid, or he's gone to a Manchester City, or he's gone to Man United, and look at them. Look how he's playing. He's going to ball out. He's going to be fucking unreal. He's going to be bagging goals and assists galore. He's going to go and win titles. And everyone's going to be like, oh, no. Oh, no, what have we done? Why have we sold him? Look what he's doing now. Just like De Bruyne and all that shit. You have the whole story, same narrative, because these plastics, these wrong-uns don't have any patience and they think they know what they're talking about. The problem I have is this ownership and this Boehly fella, he listens to the fans way too much. Did Roman listen to the fans? Not really. He just did what he wanted. Hit them likes, guys. What likes we on? What likes we on, geezers? Hold on a minute. If you ain't subscribed, guys, as well, hit that subscribe button, guys. Let's get up to the 5.4, 5.5. Let's fucking land it, guys. Come on. Yeah, the tourists. I know. They're all full of shit. But this is the problem. There's a lot of Chelsea supporters, well, so-called supporters that are feeding into this agenda as well. And there's a lot of platforms. A lot of these platforms are bought, and I'm done with it. Like, you know, I do my own thing now, and I don't get involved in all that nonsense because I can't be asked for it. But the point I have is, you have to really support these players. What's the point? Yeah, this defeats the whole object of supporting your football team and your football players. Is if your players are struggling or they're getting a lot of hate or they're getting a lot of nonsense, right? Do you just sit back, you stay silent, or you help kick them down, or are you there to help bring them up and help lift them up? You see, the normal thing is, if my mate's on the ground, I'm going to try and help him up. I'm not going to just fucking keep kicking him or keep him down there or go, oh, I'm not interested. You see, that's what a lot of these Chelsea supporters are doing to a lot of our players in the team. And they're a mockery to call them, it's a mockery for them to call themselves supporters because they're not. They're just fucking agenda merchants, or they just want to, I don't know, they just want to be right about whatever it is, or they just don't give a shit about their club, or whatever it is. I don't know, whatever it is. They ain't been breastfed or something. I don't know. But my thing is this, right? They always want a piece of you when you're balling out. And when you're not balling out, they want to fucking rifle you down. And that is not being a supporter. If the ownership have any sense, they pay Mason Mount what a Reece James is getting, or whatever the deal is, and you sign him on, and you have your captain and vice captain ready made for your football club, and you go on to do things, and you listen, and you get a fucking elite gaffer, and you push on. But right now, I don't see any of these things happening. I don't, like, in reality, the way things are going, I can see, and it kills me to say it, but I can see Minerals Mount leaving. I can see Minerals Mount leaving. And to be honest with you, fuck it, I would as well. I would as well. Getting shit 24/7, the hate, and you're right. The most shirt sales is Mason Mount, then it's Reece James, and you've got Havertz, and yet we might lose two of those players. Do you know what I mean? I know he loves our club. Of course, he loves our club. But do the owners love him? Do the owners show that same appreciation? No, they don't give a shit. From what I see, anyway. Should we do a reaction to that guy? This guy who basically did he was talking about the hate that Mason Mount gets in comparison to the support he gets. If you want me to do a reaction to that, let me know in the chat. I'll be real, guys. I'm just generally pissed off. I'm just pissed off. I'm just pissed off. Like, I've seen the same narrative. I've seen the narrative with Tuchel And he's looking that way for Mount as well. It's that same fucking narrative, and it fucks me off. All right. Anyway, okay. Let's bring this up then. Let's see what this is all about, guys. While I set this up, guys, just smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. All right, let's go.
Some Chelsea fans hate Mason Mount so much. First of all, it's a good title, isn't it? It is a good title. Second of all, yes.
Of course, a good title because it gets you clicks. Anything with Mason Mount gets people clicks. Have you not noticed that?
Anyway. You guys know I'm a QPR fan. It's been there the whole time. And I talk about all teams and interesting things that I find interesting. So if you're a Chelsea fan and you're going to get annoyed by me here, I get it. But honestly, I do try my very best, especially when we're talking about on the field stuff, to try and keep bias out of it all. I was on Twitter the other day, and first of all, someone disagreed with my thoughts on Saturday Social, where I was talking about João Felix, who I rate as a player, but I just don't think is a good purchase in terms of an on-loan signing. In that clip, I say, look, you've got other players on the left-hand side. You've got players like Mason Mount. And I got several messages from people going, how on earth can you defend Mason Mount? And I was really surprised. So I then sort of tweeted saying, like, have Chelsea fans given up on Mason Mount? And it was a real mix. There were some that were saying that's just Twitter. There was others saying, yeah, he's useless and he just gets defended. Bottom line is Mason Mount has been drawing loads of criticism lately. And in this video, we're going to take a look at who is right, the people slating him or the people defending him.
People defending him, of course.
If you enjoy this one and you think it's an interesting talking point, you want me to do more of these kind of things that I spot on Twitter, let me know by hitting the subscribe button and, of course, hitting the like button as well. Let's have a like target for this one. 3K likes. Let's see if we can hit that.
Well, let's have it right, guys. Let's get the 3K likes, man. Let's get the 3K likes for this platform, not for his.
So with 3 goals, 2 assists, and 2 big chances created in his 20 Premier League appearances this season, Mason Mount's form has definitely tailed off from what we've seen in the past. Other areas of his game have also severely dropped off, with Mason Mount taking less shots, creating less chances, and also having lower passing accuracy this season.
Have you also noticed, guys, I don't know if anyone's noticed, have you noticed that Potter's taken him off all fucking set pieces when he was our highest assister from set pieces? I just thought I'd put that out there. Just a little food for thought.
Compared to all his previous seasons in Chelsea colours. There is definitely something off with Mason Mount at the minute. And that happens with footballers, right? His general performances have also waned, and it's got many questioning what he actually offers on the pitch for Chelsea.
All right, where's the narrative, though, that the rest of the team is fucking shocking? I know we're talking about Minerals Mount, but fuck me, where's the context about the rest of the team and the way we play, or the manager for that matter? Fuck. Oh, man, it's bad.
Chelsea. So for the most part, he's been used on the left side this season, and that generally isn't a natural position for him, as he hasn't got the pace that you'd require from a left-sided attacker. But it's not his fault that he's been played there. And with the injuries in the squad for Chelsea this year, Chelsea didn't have much option in terms of putting him out on that left-hand side before Mudryk's arrival. But with Mudryk now in the team, Mason Mount could be deployed in a different position, deployed in the centre of midfield like he did against Fulham. But in that game, he still struggled. He made no key passes, no dribbles, successful dribbles, and he was only making 24 accurate passes during the game. That's 77%. All pretty terrible stats. Well, definitely terrible stats. And it seems that this could well be the performance that has caused the biggest upset yet amongst Chelsea fans. And the problem is...
No, that's wrong, man. They've been at him all season. That's the problem. They're at him all season. This isn't it. This is a reflection It's a reflection because of the contract negotiations happening and heating up and not going the way the owners want to go. So now it's the right time to push more of this narrative. It's just convenient, isn't it? But it is what it is, guys. You know what I mean? Let's let it roll anyway.
In a midfield three of Enzo Fernandez, Gallagher, and Mount, it's Mount that should be the creative spark, and he simply hasn't been creative or progressive enough in his application this season, nor in that Fulham match in particular.
Neither is the whole team. Yeah.
And for England, there are also some similar criticism with other players seen as more technically reliable options and are perceived to be better creators than Mason Mount. The parallels between Potter and Southgate seem quite evident too, with both managers clearly having an affection for Mount, although of course Tuchel did as well, as did Frank Lampard, which has actually, I think, made the situation worse for Mount as well. And he's often got that sort of perception as sort of manager's son kind of vibe, and which is unfair, I think, in my opinion, because to see diligence as a weakness feels a little bit harsh for me, but it is something that does get thrown around often. For those who aren't aware of this, saying it's basically a way of saying that he's being picked because the manager likes him rather than being picked on merit. But he is consistently picked under any manager that he...
Because what he does is a bare minimum requirement, and what he offers to the team is his unselfishness to the team. But the problem is the team has been so piss poor that he's looking at them going, you don't give a shit, and I'm sacrificing my goals and assists, my way of playing to suit you, and let's have it right. He's doing what he's told. One thing I know of Minerals Man is he will do what he's told, and if he's told to do something on the pitch, he's been given instructions, he will deliver it. So maybe we need to ask the questions, what's he been told? Because clearly, whatever he's been told is affecting his whole overall game plan, his whole overall game. And that's bad. That's wrong. And that comes down to who? Comes down to the gaffer.
Plays for. So there has to be something about him and his previous season's stats that do demonstrate that there's a good player in there. A player that's won player of the season twice. Let's talk about the contract situation, because that's another thing that is irking, I think, a lot of Chelsea fans. Mount is currently valued at £70 million on transfer market, but his contract is up in 2024. So this leaves Chelsea in a sticky space if they want to get rid. With contract negotiations rumoured to now...
I'll tell you what, it leaves the owners, leaves them in a fucking pot of piss and in the woods, because they won't get anywhere near 70 million. They'll be lucky at the end of the season this summer if they get 30 million, because no club is going to pay someone with like 8 months on their contract 70, 80, 90 million. It ain't happening. You're dreaming, mate. You're absolutely dreaming. Like I said, the longer and longer this contract negotiation goes on, the more power and the more play Mason Mount has. And the owners know that. And that's why I'm saying they're using Nizaar sellers. They're using all the brand envelopes. They're using the press to push out this negative agenda on Mount, to make his form look shit. I won't be surprised if the gaffer's fucking playing him out of position, asking him to do things that he knows he shouldn't be doing, that is not advantage to his game or to the team, or that doesn't benefit his game, or it's not his strengths. And that's showing on the pitch. And then you have to question it and go, well, you keep playing me and you're asking me to do all the things that you know are not my strong suit. For example, you're putting me out of positions, but the whole team overall is not playing well. And where do you expect to get anything out of me? And I'm the one that gets scapegoated. So it's all kind of like coincidentally perfect timing, isn't it? When it comes to contracts, to try and get you to sign a deal, maybe because of your form, but you have to look at track record. Like when you sign a Sterling, when you sign an Enzo, when you sign these players, you look at their track record, you look at their CV, you look at what they've delivered. And that determines the price you pay. But because Mason Mount is from Cobham and he's cost them nothing, they see it as pure profit. They see it as, we don't value like that. We're signing an Enzo or a Felix because we've got you for free. And that is unfair on the player that has been our best player for 3 years and has delivered at our football club. This is the narrative that should be pushed out, because he deserves a contract. He deserves to be valued like every other top player in that team, because he has been a top player at this team. And the current form, whether it's not good or not, it shouldn't be the sole part of the negotiations. It should be about, okay, this is your stats for the last 3-4 years. This is what you've achieved. This is what you've done. This is your trajectory. Let's look at your data analytics, bollocks, and let's go through that. And you weigh it all up, and you look at the overall package. You look at his marketing. You look at the way he's loved as well by the true supporters, and you piece it together. No, we're going to focus on the negative stuff. We're going to push it out, because we know the longer this contract doesn't get solved, and the longer it goes on and his contract winds down, we're going to be in a weaker position. Whereas right now we can salvage something and get the deal that we want, because in reality, they don't want to sell Mount. They know if they sell Mount, it ain't going to go down well, and they're losing a baller, and they're losing someone who makes them a lot of money, and someone who's like the face of the football club. But they want to do it on their terms, but they can't do it on their terms because the player knows he's valued higher than those terms they're offering. So they need to just pay up, man. It's as simple as that. Pay up or keep feeding the agenda, and then your pockets are empty, Boehly.
Now be on hold due to his form. It could develop into a bit of a saga here, and something that I think is going to rumble on for a while, because Mount is currently on 75k a week, which means that he isn't even in the top 20 earners at Chelsea. But with how much he features for Chelsea and how much of a consistent part he has played in the starting 11s over the last few years, whether you like it or not, he's understandably going to want a contract that reflects that. And his agent wouldn't be doing his job or her job, don't know who it is, if they weren't pushing for big money from a club that's got big money and has spent big money. And with Chelsea now doling out huge contracts, it's very difficult for them to be in a strong position when negotiating with Mount's representatives. Fabrizio Romano has stated that the contract negotiations may take months to get sorted. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. And I can understand why Chelsea fans are getting annoyed. But again, if you strip it back for a second, you expect him to play for free, or are you going to be realistic here and go, look, this guy's going to obviously want to make as much money as he can, like all footballers and all professionals in any walk of life want to do. Some Chelsea fans have made it clear that they have a problem giving Mount that kind of money based off his performances in the last 6 months. That I can kind of get. You know, it's sort of a catch-22 for Chelsea, because they want to tie down their valuable assets, obviously, or they risk losing Mason Mount in the summer for a fraction of what his market value is. But if they do give him a bumper contract, there is no incentive then for Mount to leave, and clubs will also find it not a viable option because you're going to have to pay him those same wages. I also said at the start of the video that there could be this hint of English bias. That's something that's been kind of labelled at, I don't know if it's labelled at me, but labelled at some Chelsea fans. And there's a couple of ways you can look at that one. And again, it comes down to your perception of it. Let me know in the comments, because I think this is a really interesting element of it. As a fan, a global fan, so let's say a fan who's not from the UK or Ireland, do you give English players more leeway or credit, or are you harder on them? I'd be really intrigued to know how people feel about that one. I think you probably do give them a bit more leeway. And I think I could imagine if I was an American fan, I'd see this sort of critique that Pulisic gets, for example. You would be frustrated when Mount gets away with it just because he's English. What I would say to that, my rebuttal would be, I don't think it's actually about him being English. I think it's about him being a homegrown player who's been there since he was super, super young, made his way through the ranks. And I don't actually see a problem with that.
Guys, this
I think
Harry
sometimes
Potter
you have
is
to just
boring,
be
isn't
certain of someone's integrity.
Fucking hell.
You guys know how it is when you buy a new Mac,
let's
super
go
fast
to-
at first, and then
Boring, man.
Cup. That World Cup was in the middle of a season. You then get straight back to it. And maybe those England fans are going, oh, he didn't do it for England, and now he's not doing it for Chelsea. So there's two ways of spinning it. Let's compare him to another player here, Mateo Kovacic. He has played less games than Mount this season, but has also been really average and has been contributing less than Mount. Yet he escapes that criticism due to the spotlight not being on him as bright as someone like Mason Mount, who is, again, one of their own. Probably,
mate, if Kova could score goals and assists like Mount could, he'd be world class, wouldn't he? It'd be like Real Madrid wouldn't sell him.
One of their brand assets, a bit of a franchise player for them. The comparison that I would look at, though, is Marcus Rashford. Mount is currently 24, and that is the exact age that Rashford was when he was at his lowest. The argument against this, I guess, would be that Rashford has more natural talent and was always going to come good. That is certainly not what people...
No, mate, you should look at Man United's team, look at the manager. Look at who was under Ollie, wasn't he? No, he was under Ragnick. A shit manager. A shocking manager. Now Rashford's playing under not Solskjaer. He's not playing under Ragnick. He's playing under who? Ten Hag. And the geezer's having the season of his fucking life. I rest my case. Let's land the damn minerals.
We were saying 6 months ago. Recency bias is rife in situations like this. Mount can do things with the ball that not many other players can. But the poor form is what everyone is choosing to focus on. And I understand it. But the key word here is form. His talent never diminishes. It's purely the form. If you take a step back and look at the whole situation at Chelsea, there are loads of players that you can point at who are underperforming. Kovacic, Havertz, Aubameyang, and Pulisic, who's injured at the moment, but has still been pretty poor this season. They have all had bad seasons for the level.
Let's not stop at that. Jorginho, Chilwell, James been out. Cucurella. Who else? Koulibaly. Sterling. I mean, fuck me, that's almost a whole team. What does that tell you? Like, are people just thick or what? Are just people stupid to not understand? Like, if we were playing well and we were winning games and Mount was out of form, he just wouldn't play anyway. No one, the players that's not performing in a winning side ain't going to play. But I guarantee you, if we're playing well and the balance is right in our team, Mount is definitely the last player you're going to be talking about in terms of he should be benched and all that shit. So there is a clear, deeper problem with who is running our team, who is running our club. That's the way I see it. I'm sorry, you can't go from, even when we were sanctioned, guys, we were sanctioned, and Thomas Tuchel got us top 3, and we were still fucking competing. We were at Real Madrid, remember? We were playing well. Like, if anything, we should be in the condition we are now then. But we're not. We've regressed. We've looked so poor. We've gone backwards. Gone absolutely backwards.
Of talent that they possess. This is no excuse for Mount's poor performances, but the Chelsea team as a whole aren't in any gear at the moment. Not, you could pick a gear. They're not moving. There is no cohesion. It's not like Chelsea are battering everyone with Mount doing absolutely nothing. So to blame Mount in particular at every opportunity, that feels a little bit harsh, and it feels like a misuse of frustration. That said, look, as a football fan, when you get frustrated, and it is exhausting and you want to lash out. But I think the intentions of Mason Mount are always really, really strong, and he's not a bad player, is he? There's no way. It feels like there's a lot of new shiny things, and I can understand why you want to swap them in. And whilst the cohesion isn't there, I think dropping him, that's one option. And I think sometimes that can create a bit of a reset. But to think that Mason Mount isn't good enough for Chelsea or for the top sides in this division, I think is ignoring how brilliant he has been at a really young age for quite a long time.
Well, that's what you call agenda. You see, the ones that say that he's not Chelsea level, all the clubs that are going to be in for him, and if he does leave, the club that he goes to, I guarantee it's going to be a top 2 team in any league. What are you going to say then? Exactly.
So what next for Mount? Graham Potter has consistently used Mount this season, but with the criticisms coming Mount's way, he may take him out of the firing line, which is what a lot of Chelsea fans have said. Now, and I will, address this once again. There are a lot of Chelsea fans that don't hate him, that do want him to be a part of Chelsea for a long, long time. But there are a lot that don't. I think if Mount fails to perform from now until the end of the season, and Chelsea continue with this, with a ruthless approach when it comes to signing new players, he faces being replaced in the summer. That is just a reality. But the funny thing is, if you look around the league, I'm pretty sure that most teams would take Mount and they'd get a tune out of him as well. For example, Liverpool have been linked with him,
there.
I think
most teams would take Mount and they get a tune out of him. Well, Potter ain't getting no fucking tune out of Mount, and that's a concern to me. In fact, he's not getting a tune out of any of our attackers and players. That should be the concern. Fucking hell, are people stupid? Stupid, man.
Wow, like he would be a brilliant fit for him in terms of the intensity that he has off the ball and the work rate that he offers and the ability to work within a team and show vision at times. Again, I understand that that's not really happening at the moment. But again, I think that's down to the collective. There's no cohesion. There's no understanding of pattern of play really for Chelsea.
There you go, Gaffer.
And I think Mount could even be a brilliant signing for Newcastle as well. But regardless of...
So why are we looking to replace all our... Listen, guys, why is the narrative to replace all the fucking players in our team, all right, when they're not the problem? There's key players in our team we're looking to lose, and you're telling me they're the problem in our fucking team? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely mad. It's fucking delusion. I look to the gaffer. Thomas Tuchel, Frank Lampard, all got a tune out of Minerals Mount. They all got a tune out of these certain players. I don't fucking unbelieve. Listen, the prop for Potter is relentless, mate. He's fucking relentless. It's the staff and the gaffer need to fix the fuck up. Not Mason Mount, not Kai Havertz, not Raheem Sterling, not Kovacic, not fucking James, not Thiago Silva, not Asby, not all these players. It's the fucking gaffer. And the ownership need to take ownership of the piss poor decisions that they've made and fix it up quick time. So we've got a chance to salvage our season and win a Champions League. What's he fucking done at the minute? Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm all for backing the gaffer, but man, what's there to back at the minute? What the fuck? Everyone's backing this gaffer blindly. I'm sorry, man. Anyone in football, you tell me you put in Thomas Tuchel, you put in Pep Guardiola, you put in Klopp, you put in a fucking, what's his name, Ancelotti in Chelsea's team right now, automatically you'll see a change. Instantly, you'll see some form of transition. Yeah? You'll see something. This guy ain't seen fuck all, man. Who's calling the shots? Who's calling the shots? Is Potter even calling the shots at this rate? I have to ask that question. I am asking that question. Who the fuck's picking the team?
Form, I don't think Mount will be short of offers if Chelsea do dither over a new contract for him. So, in summary, who is in the wrong here? With all football-related debates, there's often a side A and a side B, and there's not much in between. On one side, the Mount criticism, I think, is justified due to the stats.
It's not even criticism, mate. It's hatred. But anyway.
They are very average performances coming from him. But I lean towards the other side. I do not get why he's being singled out in what is a hugely underperforming Chelsea squad this year by the expectations that they set at the start of the season and with the players that have been accumulated within that squad. I think it's really over the top. I think the intensity of the way he's being hounded feels really harsh. And I think he's been a really good player for Chelsea up until this season. And with Chelsea in a transitional phase and struggling on the pitch, it just feels really unfair to criticize a single player more than others, even if they have, stunk out the place on a few occasions. And Mason Mount has done that. But these guys aren't robots. They're humans. And I think
there's something called man management.
If the output's been here for a really long time and then it dips here, if it stays there for, a similar amount of time, then fair enough. He might have lost it. But I think you've got to give him a second. That's just my opinion. Chelsea fans, again, I'm not tarring you all with the same brush. It's just a really good title at the start of it in terms of saying you guys hate him. But at the same time, it does feel sort of like a 50-50 split right now. So let me know how you're feeling in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. And
fucking Harry Potter there. Harry Potter. I mean, to me, that was a bit of a not a lot of substance. But like I say, when we dissect it, I just see through it. I see through it all. I've asked the question to you lot. Mount is a fucking generational talent. Mount is proven. Mount is nothing wrong with Mount. The problem is behind the scenes. The problem is the team. The problem is no consistency. The problem is injuries. The problem is change of gaffer. The problem is change of owners. The problem was the sanctions. All these issues. All right. The problem is not Mason Mount. Mason Mount is part of the solution, not the problem. And that goes for a lot of our players. But at this rate, we're going to get rid of fucking everything. You know what? I'm done, like, in the sense of until I see something from this gaffer, I'm on the fence. I'm not saying fuck all anymore. Literally. I don't know what to think anymore of this manager. I just, there's so many Chelsea supporters that I know that supported Chelsea a long time, and they'll all say what I'm saying. It's just like he's out of his depth. He does. I can't listen. When you see someone that can't dig it out, that's when you think, shit, it's the end of the road. I mean, this guy's only just started. This guy's just started. We ain't no Brighton, man. You ain't got time. Like, you get time, you get back in, but you don't get the time you think you want to get. In the Premier League, you don't get time. Because the Premier League's moving at a fast rate. Premier League clubs above you are strengthening year in, every year. Don't give me that shit about TT. Wasn't. That's all false. That's all false. And Chelsea's a massive job. Massive job. You know, so it is what it is, guys. Like I say to you, I don't think I see Chelsea competing or challenging for the next 4 years at this rate. I said at the start of this season, when we got Potter and all that, and the way things are going, the way I was looking at and assessing the situation, I was telling everyone, if you do not get Champions League football, you are delaying your transition. You're adding on another 2 years on top of a 2-year period. That's 4 years. That's 4 years of this shit. When our team needed tweaks, our team needed a few changes. Yeah? A backup to Reece James, a defensive midfielder, a replenish of a Georgino Kovacic. You change over, you get rid of Lukaku, you bring in a striker, yeah? You change your Pulisic and a Ziyech, you bring in your Mudryk and whatever, yeah? Calmer, bruv. Relax, bruv. Relax. That's it. You could do that 300 million. No problem. You got your centre back. Don't forget your centre back. You got your centre backs. All right. And then the next transfer window, you can look at other areas to just add to that. I don't see that approach. I've seen gut it all out and we'll buy all the youngsters. And the experience that we have bought and they paid high wages, we're looking to offload them. Fucking hell, man. So you're basically back to where you started in the summer under Tuchel. If you sell Koulibaly and you sell Sterling and you sold Aubameyang, for argument's sake, let's say Ziyech should go and Pulisic goes, all right, you're back to where Tuchel said, I need to replace 2 central defenders. I need to replace now 2 attackers. And you think like these signings we've made are replacing these positions for the summer, when in reality they're not. They're the future, they're potential, but fuck. I don't know how many times I can keep like reiterating it. I'm sure people get what I'm saying. Exactly, Danny. We got top 4 under Frank Lampard bringing up youth. He brought through youth. He had a transfer ban and he lost Eden Hazard. And Frank had 1 year experience at Derby and he got us top 4. And do you know what? Mason Mount was the one that got us top 4 with the Wolves game. We had to win that Wolves game. He scored that free kick, 1-0, assist to Giroud, 2-0, Champions League football. We go and win it. Where's that fucking narrative for his contract? Where's that narrative towards the gaffer? Lampard went through that. He got us top 4 under all that pressure, under Roman pressure. Different level of pressure, Roman pressure. These guys are coming and we've got a manager that's got less experience than fucking Frank Lampard. If you want to go that level, on that level, crying out loud, what the fuck is going on? What's going on? Does no one see this? Does no one see it, guys? Is anyone seeing what I'm saying? Does anyone understand what I'm saying? Or am I just fucking the only one that thinks like this? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And the amount of shit that Frank Lampard got from this wankers in the fan base, the amount of shit that Frank got, and then you look at these lot of content with Potter. These lot of content after having Tuchel, who took the foundations that Lampard laid and went and won us Champions League, Super Cup, World Cup and all that, got us 6 finals, got us top 3 back-to-back. I find it astounding, man. Astounding that no one says anything. And you've got all these big accounts propping this gaffer like he's the next thing since sliced bread, man. Like this guy's the answer to all our problems. Oh, it's a transition. Oh, it's a long process, guys. Oh, we've got to look to the future, guys. Yeah, what fucking future? Where? Where's the future? The future's now, mate. Now you have immediacy. You get through the now to get to that end goal, that future point. At this moment, we've spent 600 million and we're going backwards. And that's the way I see it. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Call me negative all you want. That is exactly how I see it. I don't see us going forwards. I've seen us go backwards. And I'm sorry, you don't say you go backwards to go forwards. Fuck it. Why would you? You're at this level. Build upon where you are and go forwards. What do you need to go 10 steps back to go forwards again and delay the whole process? It defeats the whole object. And it's longer on Boehly and Clearlake because it's going to take them longer to make the money. Just fucking, it's like they're buying these young players and they're going to make money on them, and that's the whole capital game. That's what they're doing. This is the whole fucking ideology, is that we've got American owners that come in just to make a buck off our club, and that's the way. I guarantee it. 10 years time, that Glazer contract comes out of ends. Yeah, these lot are out of the club, mate. Fucking remember, I said it. I guarantee it. I see it a mile off. You ain't getting no one talking like this elsewhere. You ain't getting it, mate. All right. Half of these fucking platforms are bought and they'll just literally, all they'll do is push the whole Potter train and the transition and all this shit. All right. But I'm sorry, when you're at a certain point, you should be going forwards from that point. We had a foundation to build upon. All right. Whether these fucking cowboys thought, oh yeah, well, it's Roman's foundation. No, you use that foundation. If you're a clever businessman, you use that foundation and you slowly integrate your philosophy, your way, your vision, so that the club has a smooth transition, mate. Yeah. So that you can build quickly towards where you want to go and make your money. Instead, you've gone, I'm the big daddy, I'm the big bollocks, I'm going to ride my cowboys into fucking Cobham, and I'm going to go and strip every single fucking person out of that club related to Roman. I'm going to get rid of the tea lady, the fucking the chef, whoever the fuck it is, yeah. I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to go and buy all the youngsters. I'm going to sell all these players. I don't care what I get for them, right? Jorginho probably got more money than the fucking club did, yeah? I mean, that's how embarrassing it is. More than likely. And then they've gone in there, they've sacked a fucking elite gaffer because what? He doesn't want Ronaldo. He doesn't want to buy young players. He doesn't want to do this, do that because he's so fucking experienced in the game. These guys been here 5 minutes telling him 4-4-4-3 and all this shit. Oh, come on, man. Come on. You think Tuchel's going to lose his head for something that's not drastic? Crying out loud. We had decent players, man. We had fucking a good team, man. We were getting top fours. We were challenging at Champions League. We're doing fucking well. And then all of a sudden, we're what? We're sitting 9th, 10th. We can't win a fucking game. One game in 10 games. I mean, or 14 games. Sorry, one game in 14 games. It's shocking. It's shocking. And people are trying to tell me, yeah, be calm, relax. You know, it's all going to be all right. Just get rid of Mason Mount, get rid of Kai Havertz, get rid of fucking Kanté, get rid of all these players, and we're going to be fine. We're going to move forward and we're going to challenge. You fucking deluded. Are you deluded? God. I have to laugh. You know what? Thank God I got my platform. Thank God I got my platform. Big up to all you guys supporting, man. Big up to all you guys. Every single one of you. Smash the likes, subscribe, all that jazz. Put your comments down below. It's very important. And you know what I mean? Like I've let off some steam tonight. And do I rate Cole? Yes, I do rate him. But like I say, Potter bought him at Brighton. He was going to go to Brighton to develop. We're not, listen, guys, we're not Dortmund. Let's have it right. We're Chelsea. Do you understand something? We're Chelsea Football Club. We're not Borussia Dortmund. We're not Brighton. We're not a development club. We're here to fucking win the titles. We're here to challenge. Where's the ambition? Where's the minerals at? Yeah? I don't see it. We're struggling now and we're thinking, oh my God, are we going to beat fucking Fulham? Are we going to beat Fulham at home? Fulham? Are we going to go and beat West Ham away? Yeah, a bit of a bogey ground, but we're fucking Minerals Club. We're going there and we'll try and do yeah, we should be beating Dortmund. No problem should we be beating Dortmund. But the way we're playing, we don't look like that. Do you know what I mean? You know, guys, listen, I'm trying to be as positive as I can. But my positivity is towards my players on the pitch and when they play, and I want to be positive towards them and help them and support them, yeah? And when I get called someone who's bringing more hate onto players because I'm supporting them or backing them, it's fucking ridiculous, yeah? You sound like wrong'uns. All you that say that, you're a wrong'un, yeah? Because there is no support, there is no backing from anywhere in the fan base apart from me. I know I do, yeah? And maybe there are some others, wherever they are, but they ain't fucking loud enough, mate. Yeah? They ain't loud enough. So it needs to be more people. There needs to be more people supporting these players that are getting all the shit, all right? Instead of fucking hammering them down, yeah? But I'm sorry, at the end of the day, with this gaffer, my view at the start, I'm all for it. I'm backing him. I think he's going to pull it out, and I'm seeing every game, and it's not happening now. I've taken a step back, and I'm going to not expect anything now. I'm not expecting him to dig out fuck all. Yeah, maybe just some mud at the minute because we're in the mud. And until he does something, we need to get out of there. Yeah, we need to get out of there and actually start coming together. But I think there's more deeper problems. And the longer this goes on, the ownership have got to fucking make a decision. All right. They've got to make a decision whether they're going to accept this regress fucking position, the whole way we're just stepping backwards and going 10 steps back, or whether they want to actually accept the situation and go, all right, maybe we've made a little bit of a mistake here or whatever. I don't know. But we have to be positive, of course. We try and go into West Ham and win the game. Anything's possible. With Borussia Dortmund, we are a cup team and we should be able to deal with that. But right now, we've just sold one of our best European Champions League playing midfielders in Jorginho for our Champions League campaign. I know he's got his flaws in the Premier League, but when it comes to Champions League football, Georgie's quality. So we've lost that now. So it's fucking... Oh, man, I don't know. We were better off keeping him, in my opinion. I think we were better off keeping him to the end of the season, let him go for free, but they wanted to make their little bit of money, didn't they? Obviously. So it's what it is, man. I don't know. I don't know, mate. Yeah, and you shouldn't have sold him to rivals. Exactly. Shouldn't have sold him to rivals. I'm just fucking pissed off, man. Oh, I don't get it, man. Where is Chelsea at? Where are we going to dig it out, guys? Where is it going to come from? Where are we going to dig out and start playing how we know we can play? Where? When? What's the change? And Hannah, you're right. We're struggling to score goals. We're struggling to create. I was told we got a creator now. We got Enzo creator. We got Mudryk creator. We got Felix a creator. We got all this. All right, Felix has been suspended. But we've got creators now, but we ain't creating nothing. You know, I give Enzo time. I give him all the time because he's a baller. 100%. I give him time. We got James back. Well done, Potter, for easing James in. Only 60 minutes. That's a great one. No, I wouldn't touch Diego Simeone. I don't like his football. It could be a case that us keeping Potter and this ownership the way they want to be stubborn, the way we're going, we'll lose big players at our football club, guys. It could be that way. Quite literally. Could be that way. And Cucurella's a weird one. It's almost like Potter don't like, he's not getting it. Potter's not even getting a tune out of Cucurella, who was his player. I find it bizarre. But then again, Cucurella was playing for Brighton. He was playing very well at Brighton. So he stood out as a really good player. When you put a player from a lesser team and you put him into a top team, they don't look as good, do they? Like I say, the owners have had their pants pulled down, especially in the summer window. It is what it is, guys. Like I say, let's see what happens on Saturday, that we can get some sort of result or something to just give us some confidence to go to away to Borussia Dortmund and win. or get a result. We need something. We've not got bad players, so I don't know. There's a big problem at the minute. I think there's a massive problem, mate. So it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. We've got 1 goal stats in this season. This is bad. Never been like this. So Potter needs to change his way, mate. If not, we need him gone next season. What makes he might change it next season? Yeah, but you've done this and you've gone. You've lost all opportunity. This is the thing. We could still try and get top 4. Like, it's not dead and buried. You can still try and win the Champions League. At this rate, we're going to fucking have none of it. And I don't blame Potter. I blame the owners. I don't blame Potter. Guys, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'm done at the minute. Like, I'm pissed off. I'm sorry. I'm just a bit upset. When I look at everything and things I hear, it's just rattled me, and it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. But like I say, like, hopefully tomorrow, the day after, I want to see my team play. I want to see a good performance. I want to see some sort of development in the play. I want to see some patterns of play. I want to see fucking something. Something. And I hate West Ham. I hate them. And I do not want to be losing against West Ham. Do not want to be losing against them. I'll see, guys. I may do a show tomorrow. If not, I will do one on Saturday night, which will be maybe, Saturday night after the game. I will do a live. We'll take it from there. But maybe tomorrow. Who knows? I don't know. It's whenever I feel, guys. But guys, please smash the likes. Subscribe. Don't forget to put your comments down below at the end. And like I say, that's exactly right, Nathan. Top 4 is not impossible. But this is the thing. Like, we should have that mentality to go for top 4. We shouldn't be writing ourselves off. But the way we're playing, it's like a write-off. But anyway, it is what I'll keep going on and on and on. And there's nothing we can change right now. So it's like, that's why I'm getting frustrated. Because I know, like, until the game's played, we can sort of, like, see where we're going. But anyway, up the Chelsea, up Minerals FC, as always. Big up to all you guys supporting the channel. And I'll see you soon. Minerals FC, Twitter, Instagram, all that jazz. But please put your comments down below at the end and make sure you like and subscribe. Let's have it right. So big up to you. Minerals landed as per. And we move, and we'll see you soon. Road to 10K. Big up British Patriot. Road to 10K. Let's have it right. As always, up the Chelsea, up Minerals FC. Right, Pride of London. London is blue. Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Let's go. Have it right, Minerals FC.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.